I know it's pretty common to think about how much you love and how much you want to make the perfect vampire. Well, here's our opportunity with Cute Bite. This reminds me of Ashley's theme. Maybe a little bit. Alright. Cute Bite. We're gonna go ahead and play the intro. That way you know the background story of what's happening here. So we'll begin there. Here, essentially, I am 1 bag of onions, 1 bag of potatoes, and a bottle of black balsam, please. As the master's loyal servant, it falls to me to carry out all of the shopping and other business tasks that are best performed during daylight hours. 2 silk ribbons and, oh, that rose. I'll take that. The master is very sensitive to sunlight. Even a single ray could do irreparable harm. After all, he is a vampire. I am his loyal eyes and ears, his hands, his everything, really. My will is utterly subservient to his. Whatever he wishes, that is what I will do. I am quite incapable of disobeying. But there are benefits, of course. The master's blood is rich and strong, and his powers keep me forever young and healthy. If I did not serve him, I might have died an old peasant woman long ago. Yes, we do need a fresh pillow. I'm not certain how old I am anymore. The years run together, and the master's powers take away my worries and blur my memories. Master has decreed that the past is not important, and so I do not remember. Don't remember your past. Maybe forget about that one. He says as vampire overlord. Some of these things are a little concerning to hear. This gig sucks. I don't know. She did make the comment that she gets to stay young and beautiful forever. It is a good thing that I cannot disobey. The master has quite a temper when he is crossed. His daughter was disobedient once, and he locked her in the crypt. That was so many years ago that I've almost forgotten her, too. Oops! Poor vampire daughter lady. I hurry home. The master will not rise for hours yet, but I prefer to be near him. Is, after all, the center of my world. Uh-oh. Screen shake! What? What's going? What was that terrible noise? It was like thunder, except coming from the house? Oh dear. Part of the house has collapsed. How could this have happened? And that's the master's room. I quickly push the rocks aside. Oh dear. The master's coffin has been knocked onto its side, dislodging the lid. There is nothing inside but dust. Master is dead. Which means I am free. Which means I will die. Oh dear. But with the master gone, I no longer have to follow his orders. That means I can free his daughter from her punishment. Oh, then she can become my new mistress. Oh, then everything will be all right again. Well, see ya, master. Time for a new one. Alright, chat. Fuck that guy. I wait until nightfall before I venture down into the crypts. She has been a prisoner for so long. I would not want my new mistress to rush outside in a panic and burn herself. Carefully, I slide her coffin out of its hiding place and unfasten the locks. How strange! She looks a great deal smaller than I remembered. Being locked up for so long without blood must have weakened her and caused her body to revert. What if she doesn't have the strength to perform the blood bond? Super zoomed in photo of me. Enhance. Mistress? Mistress, please wake up. Huh? Her eyelids flicker and, at last, she sits up. So, you can see by the oversized nightgown piece is that she was totally adult vampire. But I guess because she was in the crypt for so long, she became temporarily at least visually, a youth. What? Thank the moon, you're all right. Mistress, there's no time to waste. Your sire is no longer with us, and you are now the vampire overlord of the city. We must begin rebuilding your strength at once. Who are you? Where am I? A vampire? Oh dear. You can view this section again by choosing intro from the main menu. And so that's the story. And so we start. Yeah, FBI, don't worry, she's over 9,000 years old. Just, look at the fact that this isn't a game that's focused on romance, fortunately, so you don't have that weird happening. I think they do have romanceable options, but I think it would be still in the way of, say, Princess Maker, how, you know, she gets older over time and like, so this isn't romance, thank God. And hello there, Sam Scorch, and welcome. Welcome to Cute Bite. As the loyal servant of a vampire, your task is to train your little mistress in various skills so that she can regain her full adult powers. You have 1 year to make her strong enough to renew the blood bond, or else your true age will catch up with you. I love the older sized clothes. Well, come on! It's because she used to be an adult, and that's all she then has is a bunch of adult clothing, so she has to be like, well, I guess I'm putting this on. I figured if you gave her enough blood, she'd grow into an adult, vampire adult, then back into a vampire MILF. Imagine just instantly. Boom, right over time. She wakes up one morning and suddenly like, oh wow, I'm an adult now. What the hell? Is this like Princess Trainer or whatever? Yes, Princess Maker. That's also why it's like Long Live the Queen, too. Because it's that same, again, sort of stat manager style. She begins as a blank slate, but she may develop preferences of her own that change the course of events. Keep an eye out for flapping bat symbols, which suggest the winds of change at work. Okay. Vampire MILF, I think the game you're looking for is Resident Evil 8. Hey! You truly don't remember anything? I don't even know my name! When the old master locked her away, he ordered me never to speak her name again. He almost never mentioned her himself, and never by name, only my disobedient daughter. I think once he called her my little buttercup. So guess what? She lost her original name. Nice job, Vampire Master. Now we get to name her. Stupid Tiny... Oh. Well, I guess we can't name her Stupid Tiny Idiot. She's just Stupid Tim. Name her bruh. Her name is Mario. But Cup. God damn it. Stupid Tin. I don't know, it's not that bad, right? Dinky. Your name is just Dinky. But then that's 2 letters away from Stinky. Make it a V and it could be Vampire Stinky, right? Vinky? Why does it feel like there's some media where there's a character that's named something along the lines of Vinka? Da Vinky? That makes it sound in particular like, Da Vinci, but she's Da Vinky. Are we gonna go with that then, Da Vinky? Stinky, it's the Stinky Vampire. Hello there, Da Vinci, and welcome to the world. Really? Da Vinci? I smile. If you don't like it, you can change it yourself when you return to your adult body. Until then, you're the Vinky. Dusty. Named after what she will become when her house collapses again. Are you sure I can change shape? Oh yes. Once your blood is potent enough, you'll be able to shift into a snake or bat or even a cow. Why would I want to turn into a cow? Well, they're very large. She shakes her head. Cow pog. Oh my god. She could be like Sneaking Cow. Whoa. When she's an adult, she will turn into the Stinky. What is your name? Oh, I'm sorry, little mistress. I should have introduced myself. Old master called me Saul. Sunlight. But she doesn't know that, so I could choose a different name if I wished. Guess what? Now we can rename ourselves. Lord Highness. It's unfortunate that it limits how much text you can put in, because now, unfortunately, I can also not put in Lord Highness, ruler of the world. Thank you, chat, for the high-quality suggestions of Sugma and both of these. Very cool. High comedy. Except I'm not supposed to give myself the wacky names, you know? Lord High Noon. I guess that is what it's like when I put Lord High M. Master Sama. Man, but that's not very cool, because then she's gonna walk around and be like, this is Master Sama. That's her literal name. And then other people are gonna be like, really? That's stupid. Chad. I just named myself Chad! What? The female, sort of female equivalent that people use for that is Stacy, right? I could just name myself, look at me! Right up here, hi, I'm Stacy. Oni-chan. Oh my god. Chad-et. Oh my god, I don't know that that's better. I am called better than you. Okay, oh. Chatterella Oni Chad. My god. I'm thinking back to a million years ago. What was it that we were calling the characters when we were playing these games? Kawaii-chan? Man, it's so long ago. We could always go back to that. I need to write these down. Elias. You genius. It's perfect. I am called Angle-chan. Saul, in her attempt to be cool, says, oh yes, I'll call myself Angel. But then, aw heck, aw geez, she put the wrong one. If only we named the vampire devil! No! What a missed opportunity! Oh my god. Restart game. What did we call her? We called her the Stinky. What if we do actually, some twist upon Leonardo, so then it can be Leonardo and Da Vinci? I like that idea too. It's either going with that, or we're going to just stay with Angle-chan, chat. That is going to be way too long, Twitchy. Leonardo phoning is not gonna work. And now, as you put Leon Fardo, Elias of the same mind, except I put Leah, because we've got a lady over here. It's Leofardo and Da Vinci. Leaf Ardo. I like that. That reading interpretation too is not bad. More like Leonardo. Oh my god. I can't believe this insult. Leofardo? That's pretty. Thank you, mistress. Oh no. What else can you tell me about myself? Do I have other clothes? At least some temporary children's clothes that will actually fit me? That's pretty. Pretty cringe. Oh. Do I have any pets? Do I have to sleep in the coffin every night? Your coffin is the safest place for you in case sunlight gets into the house. It didn't help Pops out though. Yep, no, it didn't help the old master. Oops. Maybe they should put some little latches on the inside of the coffin, you know, in case something happens and the vampire can just have it locked so that other people can't just waltz and be like, haha, gotcha, vampire, flips open the lid. As for the rest, I'm afraid I don't remember very well, but it doesn't matter. You have the chance to start over now. She looks unhappy, so I try to come up with some useful information for her. You are the sort of woman who liked to get along with others, like to stand out from the crowd. Chat, this is building a better vampire. What would be more beneficial, do you think? I think both would be good because want to get along with everybody. Then that's going to make it easier to form, you know, your followership if everybody likes you. Vampires don't want to be noticed. That is a very fair point. You might want to be noticed in your own group of vampires, but say you're out around on the town, you don't really want to stand out too much. So yeah, we'll say get along with others. You are well attuned to social dynamics and could easily fit in with any group that you choose. Sensitivity, etiquette, grace just increased by 10 points. Like, just hearing that, she's like, oh, and she became a little bit more sensitive, graceful, and got better etiquette too. It increased her level of manners. Wow. And hello there, Cooch Goblin. Welcome. That's right, check it out. This is our vampire here on the left. She is Da Vinci, and we are Leofardo. That's our name. Okay, I'm writing down stats. Sensitivity. Then we have etiquette. And then we've got grace. Okay. You are interested in history and tradition, keeping up with new developments. Are we a modern, cool vampire? Or are we one that's stuck in the old ages? We can't change things. Stay with old history and traditions. I think we're going to be science vampire. We need to move forward. See, look at that. Pop culture. Thank God. Now she can run around and say drip and devious look and fit in. Yes. Yes. Memes, chat. Here's Da Vinci over here. She's up on the memes. I, over here on the right side, as Leofardo does not like the memes. It also just took away my little pop-up there wherever it went, and I don't know what those other stat points were. I think one was technology. I don't remember the third. It was pop culture, technology, and something. Hella fresh, fam. Dab on that big chungus. We just look down at her and this vampire is cursed. Sheesh. Check out this devious look. Sucks all of your blood. Oh no. And then Leah Fardo over here just thinks, am I in hell? What have I done? You wanted to be in tune with the modern world. You were feared for your physical strength or cleverness. I think if she's going to be hip-hop culture meme or vampire, it would make more sense if she was known for being clever rather than physical. No, Cringe over there in chat is just like, nah, dude, she's buff. I mean, what? If we think of those classic, again, Chad versus Verdun memes, you know? Or isn't the one side always depicted, you know, with the great physical prowess? You know how there's that prank of dragging your friend's sleeping bag over the water? Do you think vampires do that but dragging coffins out into the sunlight? It's just a prank, bro. There has to be at least one vampire that would do that. You know? Maybe her brain is buff, but think of it more like she's just this extremely ripped, kind of airheaded, friendly vampire lady. I think I like that route. We go with physical strength. Strength, fighting, endurance. Okay. Strength of fighting and endurance. In your full power, you could tear bricks apart with your hands. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. Endurance even went up by 20 points. Himbo vampire lady. Exactly. Huh? Is that really me? She looks at her very weak arms. It's a start. Now, I'll need to make some calls and find out what tutors are willing to work at night. We're in the middle of summer right now, so we only have 8 hours of darkness to work with at the moment. Herbo. Fully loaded. That's just what it makes me think of. You have the movie that's like, whatever the actual name of is. It's close enough. Yeah, Herbo. Turbo now. Herbo fully loaded. Still, that should give you enough time for 2 activities at night. And you can note up in the top left corner how it has 359 days left. We have 1 year. I think they might have already said it too. And now I can double check what my other point was. Maybe not. Fighting sensitivity, technology, etiquette, science! That was the other one. Science. And now I've noted down all of my stat point focuses. See, look, if we had said, yeah, I want to know about the cleverness and history and tradition, we would have gotten stuck with boring stats like history, business, law, classical arts. Fuck that. I want pop culture, dude. Is this like Long Live the Queen? Yeah, and Princess Maker. That's the type of game this is. This is a long-ass game. It might not be that long, you know, you look at that and go, oh my god, that's a lot of time. But then it starts just flying by because of how the game ends up progressing. Because technically something like Princess Maker takes course over 8 years. And Long Live the Queen is also a year, so, you know. And hello there, Bridges, and Tarank, and welcome. So, today's activities. We can chat computer use. We put her on the computer, and then she just spends all the time browsing Twitter, looking at memes. Of course it adds to her mischief. What else? And Long Live the Queen hardlocked you unless you did the exact path it wanted you to within the first 20 days of the game. No, there were like a couple of days, paths that you were able to get through, different stat points, but since Long Live the Queen, one of its things was a, don't die. it's partially intentional that you're supposed to have a bunch of different courses that would just lead to your death. Making a meme Lord Vampire. Oh no. But that's how... Chat, that's how you take over the world nowadays, isn't it? You have to just become extremely popular on social media. You did have to specialize in a few specific things not to die, which is also true. But I think there are some points in the plot line where if you picked particular options and had particular stat points, you could still get around it. So there's, I think, the one part that, this is a spoiler, where you're in a wagon and depending on your stat points, you'll get shot and die. But there are also options and other stat point choices you could have made to not go in that wagon at all. So that would be a way to get around that death. Being a vampire is a good excuse to stay inside. Yep, and so our little vampire girl just spends her entire time playing video games. Okay, we also have horse riding, art history, ballroom dance, exercise, and debate. So, our interests here are exercise, because we do want strength, endurance, science, and grace. So this actually has all stats that we are interested in. Ballroom dance is a little bit more of a mix. We don't care about style so much. Grace is okay. Etiquette, good. Classical arts, sensitivity, yes. Art history, almost completely useless except for pop culture. So that means we probably want to go on the computer versus art history. Debate, fuck that. Horse riding, that's pretty good. So computer, horse, exercise is most intriguing. Obviously, we're going to start off the day. I think, morning, or I guess it's not morning, but morning equivalent for vampire. Katie, a vampire with horse riding? Maybe. I also like it gains dominance. We don't have any dominance right now. We could be a dominating vampire. I feel like that's probably would have been one of the stats we had gained had we said we stand out. I think we're going to go ahead and go with exercise because it's a little bit cheaper and we're interested in all of the stats it provides. Oh, plus look at that icon. Powerful. Oh man, and now you can picture her as this extremely buff, ripped vampire typing up her memes on the internet. Ooh, hello there. Yep, and here's our first look at muscles too. Hello, coach. So, you're my new recruit, eh? The name's Ilse. How would we say that? I-L-S-E? Ilse? Ilse? But you can call me coach. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's get a look at you. Come on, step up. Now be polite, chat. We don't want to, Ilsa. That makes the most sense. It makes me think, though, of just Elsa from, Frozen. Now this is extreme thirst. Alright, chat, let's tone it down. I tip my hat to the lady. Not much to you, is there? No height, no arms, kind of scrawny. I'm stronger than I look. Smug smile. Oh yeah? Well, put her there. What? Your hand. Squeeze my hand. Okay. Nah, weak as a kitten. But I can fix that. Devious smile. Pants like a team dog member. I grab Twitchy, throw them out. Exercise class success, minus 15 coins. Look at that hip cool. This is our little vampire girl. She's so cool. Activities will automatically advance, showing the results for each day. You can change the speed of this display in the options menu. Okay. So now we are more powerful. We got more. Oh, well, that didn't last long. Oh! Check it out! She's a gamer! Is that her little mobile device or game, like a controller or something? I don't know.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. You're Da Vinci, right? My name is Rosalie. I'm a student at the local university. Maybe someday when you grow up, you can study there too. Right. So, before we get started, why don't you tell me how much experience you have with computer software? None. What? Don't you have a phone or video games? Haven't you used computers at school?
Don't you have a phone? Huh? Huh? Don't you have video games? What?
I'm homeschooled.
Don't you have computers at home? Is it just me or are these eyes too far apart? I think the problem might be a little bit more that the outside eye is a little bit just a touch too far outwards. And I think it's also the placement of their iris that makes it look like they're too far apart. I think if they had a little bit of repositioning, it would look alright. Though I guess you could say if you have to move one eye inward, then technically they are too far apart. But it's less about this eye being wrong and more this one a little bit. I feel a little bit more it's maybe iris positioning because she looks like she's a little bit wall-eyed here. A little bit off, maybe. But otherwise, I do think the art looks okay. You know, sometimes that's just how it goes with these types of anime visual novel EE games.
Okay. I guess we'll start at the beginning then. So, have a seat at the desk. I would like to introduce you to Twitter. Alright. This is the monitor, the display that you'll be looking at most of the time. But that's not the real computer. The brains are down here.
Chat, pull out your notebooks and take notes. This is important information that you can utilize in the real world.
To communicate with the keyboard, with the computer, you use the keyboard. Okay.
Oh. She eats it! No! Da Vinci, what are you doing? Look at her little, like, what the hell? Expression.
What are you doing? I'm sorry, it's just her little joke.
You'll be good now, won't you, Da Vinci?
Oh, I'll be good.
Look at her typing away on the computer. And so, our mischief only goes up a tiny amount. I like she becomes more informed about law by using the computer. She's learning Twitter. Now that's a megabyte. I get it. I'm laughing. I'm humored. And there goes all of our money. We're poor now. We spent 189 coins, and now we only have 61 left. Our highest stat gain is here in technology, too, so I guess the computer did a pretty good job at least.
Little mistress, in order to continue paying for your tutoring, we will need more resources. I apologize, but I can't bring in enough extra on my own while keeping the estate running.
Yep, so our little vampire baby is gonna need to go out and get a part-time job. Just again, like in Princess Maker. She did the same thing over there. If only you had spent 8 less coins. Yeah. Especially considering the cost of repairs to the house after the explosion. Do we really need to fix that, though? I mean, we can come back to that.
Working among the humans will give you a chance to practice the skills you are developing.
Working?
Ugh, she sticks out her tongue. Only a few businesses are even open at night. You look too young to be a waitress, but in other places, with a bit of persuasion, no one will notice. It is important to choose jobs which complement the skills you have been learning. If your skills are too weak, you will not be paid.
Remaining mental strength, maximum based on temperance. Maid cafe, oh no.
However, even when you fail, your skills will improve. So the more often you try, the more likely you are to succeed. I don't know about this. I think I'm just gonna go, bye!
And then she just zooms out the door.
It's also important not to overwork yourself. Classes require energy. Jobs are even harder. The more you work, the more your mind and body will decrease. If you run out of energy, you'll be unable to succeed at tasks. If you keep trying, your body will be damaged and your maximum energy levels will go down, making it harder to build up your strength.
This vampire has been awake for like 3 days and already has to get a job. Actually, she's been awake for like 6 days. You can see how this is 353 days, whereas before it was 359. See? So we're going to not go through this game daily then. It's going to, again, function like Elodie or Princess Maker, and it's just going to be taking them at week chunks.
How do I recover energy? Spending time resting in your coffin will allow you to slowly recover energy up to your maximum mind and body. You can also buy items that can recharge your energy more rapidly, or even boost your skills. Shopping? Ooh! I will take you to the night market soon, little mistress. For now, I have brought you a treat.
Oh? Huh?
What is that? It's an ice pop. Black cherry to make it sweet. And blood, of course. Blood is the best thing to restore your energy. It's frozen, so you can lick it slowly and appreciate the flavor.
She eats it all in one bite. Yep, here we go. Cute bite.
Or I can suppose you can bite it. Yummy!
Well, she does look more energized now. I hope that will sustain her as she ventures out into the world of work. Alright. Time for some cash money. Chance impossible. No. No. Well, we know that we can't be a coach at night, baker, or work in an animal shelter. Hotel reception? Not very good either. Library shelver? Not great. But store stalker? Boy. I guess that's what we're doing. We need to get some etiquette and temperance, maybe, and then we could work our way into being a hotel reception as the highest paying job at 8 coins a day. And so temperance, I don't have that written down as one of our stats, but I think some of the classes will give it to us anyway, since etiquette is another one we do have. Okay, money. And looking at my mind body, we should maybe work afterward. Maybe we don't need to work afterwards. I don't know how strenuous store stalker is. We work money twice. I begin my week. Oh no, she's dropping all the tomatoes! What are you doing? Oh, but now she's not dropping the tomatoes. Good job, little Da Vinci. Very strenuous. Oh, it at least is on the mind. Bleh. Bleh. And she's losing stat points as a result. That's not very good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My stats! I think I want to increase the speed of this. Is it activity speed? I turn that to maximum. So we got 24 money, and we lost 5 temperance and 1 sensitivity, so not great. My brand stats! No! Hello there, Shy Guy, and welcome. Can we go shopping now? Please? I'm lonely in here. Yes, little mistress, I can take you to the market. Perhaps, if we have the crowns to spare, we can buy you a treat. Of course, there is another way for you to replenish your energy. It is risky, but potentially rewarding. If you hunt among the humans and bite them. Yes, that. Be careful though, as they will resist you, and if you lose a fight, you could end up even weaker. If you are lucky, however, you might find some hidden treasure. Oh? I do like treasure. Oh dear, little mistress, you have overworked yourself. You must rest and recover your strength. You're too weak to leave the house now. It's just forcing me and is like, you're fucking sleeping in the coffin. I sleep in the coffin. Are you sure it's safe for me to spend so much time in a box? What if I forget everything again? Look, 2 weeks is not comparable to several years, kid. You were asleep for years and years when that happened. It's true that her skills will slowly decay the more she sleeps, so she might forget a few skills if she isn't practicing them. A little extra sleep won't hurt you. All right. I mean, don't you sleep during the day? You have to get extra sleep to recover, Twitchy. Come on. I mean, sometimes I sleep all day, several hours, and at night, 24-hour sleep in order to restore myself. Giant snot bubble, restoring up my mind and body. When does the butler sleep? Oh, I don't know. I shrug. Some point. Yep, and there you go. Lost a point. Butlers never sleep? Butler Laura was unaware of. And hello there, Faux Romano, and welcome. Fuck shopping. We go out to hunt. Well, look at all the choices. Attempts remaining 6. We've got bar, nightclub, kebab shop, cinema, diner, apartments, and hospital. I guess I'll try the movies? A bar might not be bad. Hit them up when they're all drunk. If I drank the blood of someone who is drunk, would little Da Vinci get drunk too? Just go out and attack people and drink their blood and sometimes their treasure if I want to recover energy. Everyone's also drunk in the kebab shop? Well, it has attempts remaining 6, so I guess I can just pick wherever. We go out to the movies. Oh my god. We battle the cashier. Alright, so it seems these are sort of my stat combinations. Scary is apparently lucky right now. What happens if I attack with scary? Oh, big damage! Or, I don't know, maybe? That took out a lot of body. I guess we'll go ahead and attack with forceful instead. Ow! Why is this cashier so powerful? Oh, I run away. You think somewhere else will be a little bit easier? Oh no, this delinquent. I think we're just gonna run away from the delinquent. They've got a lot of body. Ooh. I'm guessing our stats have to beat theirs. Probably a little bit of a mix of our stats have to beat theirs. And there's probably a little bit of RNG, because otherwise what would be the point of having lucky? I peek at the nightclub. Oh, look at that! This rocker! Pathetic! We can beat the rocker. Let's go ahead and use a forceful attack again. We slap them. Nothing? I sweat. No good. Okay, we have to flee again. Alright, they did have 57 toughness. We only got 35. We're gonna need to be a little bit more powerful, I think. No hunting for us for a while. Cook, oh, she's adorable, though. We're just gonna go ahead and scout out everywhere. A nurse, I see. If only we could attack a patient instead, they'd probably be easier to fight. Ah, the rocker. So it seems like there's maybe a little bit of randomness. Well. Since we have a little bit of money, I think what we should do is go ahead and start with sleeping, maybe. Restore up our body. I don't know how much it restores exactly. Maybe if we use our mental stats, except our mental stats are also very shitty. We just have shitty stats overall. And by extension, our highest stat right now is endurance, which is a physical type stat. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to build up our strength a little bit more. So we'll continue exercising, though. What gives temperance? Just a debate. Not ideal. But we'll go ahead and exercise. Plus, then we can talk to the coach some more. We go out to exercise and sleep. I hate being down here. It's so cold and damp and ugly. Why do I have to sleep underground? It's the safest place for you, little mistress. The sun can't reach you down here. There's no sun when I'm getting extra rest during the night. This house is full of bedrooms. Why can't I have one? What if you fell asleep and forgot to go downstairs before the sun came up? You might burn in your bed. But we're doing it earlier in the night. How can I sleep? That means I would sleep through the classes or the job. What the hell, butler? We'll be back, nurse. We'll be back. What? Decorating and finding cute clothing, perhaps? That'd be the shopping part, wouldn't it? What if we bring the coffin upstairs? Then I'd be protected from the light, but I could still have a room to call my own. I just want to feel like a normal person. But you're a vampire, so this is normal. The old master slept in a room above ground, and it didn't end well for him. I mean, but how long was he sleeping above ground? That means for years and years and years, he was fine. I think she's fine, too. She's not gonna die. You know? Let her have a little bit of freedom while she's a kid. What if I destroy the coffin? I grab Spud. I throw him in the peeler. Smash him. Mashed potatoes now. Very well, little mistress. If you wish it, we can bring your coffin up to one of the bedrooms. Hooray! Dominance +5. Smugly, she's dominated the butler. My purpose is to carry out my master's commands, after all, not to make decisions. There we go. Got some of our we're getting our body back while simultaneously exercising. Oh, I died! Well, there goes all my money. I guess we'll go shopping so we can just look at what's available out here. since there's not going to be any point in doing fighting because I do not have the body for it, really. Just gonna get beaten up by everybody. But obviously we can't afford anything either. But like, it's a popsicle. Wait, I can afford a popsicle? Wow! Get some mind and body back, yahoo! Today, little mistress, I will be baking bread. You may help me, if you wish.
I've never tried baking bread before.
Would you like to learn? You may not be able to appreciate the food as a human could, but working the dough can be pleasant in itself. And it is a tradition. I hate tradition! Where are the memes? She runs out. Wait! She turns back and runs into the room. I've brought a phone! I can post this to my Instagram!
Is there a festival today, Leofardo?
Not so much, not anymore. But there used to be. This day, when summer begins its journey into autumn, was the day of the goddess Ma, or Mara, the mother of earth, the mother of wind, the mother of fire, the mother of life, the guardian of women and the household. For the great mother, we bake rye loaves marked with this symbol and eat them with thick slices of butter.
I don't think many people bake bread at home these days. Wouldn't they just buy it?
Perhaps they do, if they remember the old ways at all. But there are always those who choose to preserve traditions.
Leofardo?
Yes, little mistress?
Are you my mother?
No, that would be weird. What?
I know I must have had human parents, and a vampire parent too, but I can't remember any of them. And you're taking care of me, so does that mean you are my mother now?
I guess I could be your mother. I'm not sure I am your companion. Does that mean friend companion, or I am only your servant? You know, if we have to live with each other for 1,000,000 years, and I've already named myself Leofardo, I think it's time to take advantage and,
I am a servant, not a mother!
Man, but then if we interpret it as I can be your mother, that means you're gonna have to listen to what I have to say, kid. But what if I want to be vampire friend? What? I'm vampire friend now. I am your servant, your employee, your advisor, and I hope your friend, but never your mother. I know you can't remember who you once were or what our relationship was like, but little mistress, you are not a child, and it would be wrong for me to treat you as one. I have no wish to hold you back. I wish to be at your side, to face the future together. She just wants a mom? Look, I don't want to be a fucking mom. That's too much. No mommy here. You turn into master. Oh no.
Oh.
You got a little bit more insightful, though. Well, we can't continue to do exercise because we can't afford it. So we're going to go ahead and continue up with Store Stalker, the one thing we can do. Oh, I also see, hang on, the job here, the hotel reception is now impossible rather than just low. Oops.
Leofardo, do you dream when you sleep?
Oh, look, now we're up in the bedroom instead because I said, all right, fine, we'll go up to the bedroom. Yes, little mistress.
What do you dream about?
Well, I rarely remember my dreams. They seem so important while I sleep, but fade away when I open my eyes. I dreamed once about a woman's statue carved in marble, but there was a fire and it burned like wood.
So it's normal not to remember your dreams?
For a human, I believe so. I'm afraid I do not know what is normal for you, little mistress. Because you are a vampire, so it's a little bit different. Ooh, hang on. I saw that there were these markers at the top here. I did not mean that they were representative of, say, different personality traits. So, she prefers to fit in with society, prefers the present to the past, prefers to resolve conflict by force, and views the butler as a friend. We're friends now.
We can only hope to learn that together.
Force. Da Vinci cracks her knuckles. Prepare to fight. No matter how you look at it, that nightgown is too big. It's because she was an adult vampire, but because she was locked away in a coffin for so long, she shrank. It's kind of like when you do your wash, and you maybe used water that's too hot and your clothes shrink. It's essentially what happened to her, except with sitting in the dark for too long. Or really, it's not so much sitting in the dark, it's because of the lack of blood. I guess then it would be a little bit closer. You know how they have those dehydrated toys where you grab them and then you stick them into the water and then they get larger? That's what it's like for little Da Vinci over here. She's gotten blood dehydrated. She slept in the dark without a mother. Oh.
I've forgotten so many things. I keep hoping that some memory might come back in my dreams, but I can't even remember them. I don't know if her memories can be restored. What should I suggest?
Writing's boring. Sit down and just think.
Perhaps you should practice meditation while you are awake. If you relax and yet let your thoughts and feelings come and go as they will, accepting them without trying to force them, perhaps the memories that truly matter to the core of who you are will find their way back to you. And if they don't, perhaps you will at least feel more at peace.
Oh, hell yeah, look at that increase of the mind. Up to 30 now.
Perhaps. And hello there, Aunt, and welcome. I should have my rest now.
Sleep well, Da Vinci. Look at her. Job success. Look at her go. It's making her less sensitive, though, which isn't super great if she wants to, be liked by other people. But we did get more strength, more endurance, more technology. I don't know, I was gonna say less. I'm still a little bit nervous about hunting. We'll come back. Da Vinci? Who named your vampire girl? We did, and chat did. Because you were allowed to name both of the characters. So our character names are Leofardo, Da Vinci. Chat tricked you into naming your vampire a meme? I mean, it's kind of fitting, though, simultaneously, let's be real. Because we got a couple of things going on. It's named a little bit after Da Vinci. It's kind of like the stinky vampire. And we did make her prefer the present to the past. So she's learning pop culture, memes. So it's a little bit fitting that she is named after a meme herself, even if I might not be aware of what it is exactly. Oops! Whoop!
Little mistress, I have been making calls around town to arrange the possibility of more advanced education for you. These subjects are not often taught to young girls, especially not at night.
And man, Petri, this is why you need to be around when these things happen. That way you can be like, Caco, I know you don't know the memes, so I have to stop you and save you from them.
Oh no!
I was exercising. Petri, with the health.
Will they teach me to drive a truck?
She pictures a giant monster truck in her head. No. However, if you consult this list I've prepared for you, you will now see that new classes are now available. Ooh. I think we should be able to get away with doing a job here in the morning and maybe a class here at night. Whoa, okay, that's a lot more options. Holy hell. What year does this even take place? Is she going to learn Renaissance memes? It's definitely not Renaissance era. Since, again, we've got computer use up here. And I might be wrong, but I don't think computers were around during Renaissance times. And I'm also pulling up a calculator here so I can do a little bit of mathing to kind of slight math to make sure we'd have enough to make it through the week. I don't know. Martial arts, fighting, strength, endurance, temperance. This is it, chat. Now I can build up my temperance while still becoming more powerful. We've got estate manager, law, business, tech, awareness, history, psychology. This one's pretty good, because I'd like more sensitivity. And science and temperance, also nice. Horticulture. Science, style, etiquette, classical arts. At the very least, I kind of prefer martial arts over exercise. As I look between them, it looks like instead of science and grace, we'll get fighting and temperance. Okay, so we're going to work and get money, and then we work and get training. Begin my week. Huh?
Greetings, young warrior. My name is Mrs. Kabir, but you may also call me Kabir-sensei, if you prefer. Can you teach me how to punch bears?
What?
Well, what a refreshing question. Usually the eager ones want to make someone's head explode.
But this is martial arts. Why are you coming into martial arts wanting someone's head to explode? That sounds like a different type of fighting style. Or, you know, technology.
What? Hang on, you can do that?
Perhaps.
But not today.
I want to make someone's head explode now. Oh. In appreciation for your successful work, your store's stocker wage has been increased. We make more money now. Yay. Can't afford martial arts. So I was, got 2 days where we weren't able to afford martial arts. But still, overall, we did alright. A little bit nervous. Let's go out and peek it. Anyway, see if we can find a rocker. Now my forceful is at the same level as their toughness. 3. If she just attacks my body, we're good. I punch her again. Ow! I punch her again. Ow! I punch her again? No! I run away! This is assault? Maybe? What the? Drunk woman. I definitely can't fight anybody, though. We're just gonna have to use up the rest of our uses. Bunny girl? Ooh. Because we're still just a little bit too weak, it seems like. Or at the very least, if we had a lot more body build up, we might attempt to win, but we were already too low in order to be successful. We're going to continue making some cash money. But we have to rest otherwise. What was that other job that said fair? Endurance and awareness. We're going to continue this because we actually make a decent amount of money from it. So, we rest. And we work. Huh?
Leofardo?
Yes, little mistress? Did I just see a bunny girl? You did. And hello, bunny. Welcome. Can't even fight a bunny. This is just sad for Team Vamp. We're attempting to make a better vampire, and we're not doing a very good job of it. I hope Kego smacked the bunny girl for fighting. No, I just ran away. We were a little bit too weak to fight her.
You said I was asleep for a very long time, and that's why I forgot everything, but why was I asleep for so long? Why didn't anyone wake me up?
Well, it was at the old master's command. He sent you to bed and ordered that you not be disturbed, and so there you stayed.
Sent me to bed? What? He locked me in a coffin!
Yes, he did.
But why? Why did he lock me up?
Well, it's because you were let's be since we did pick View's butler as friend, let's go ahead and just be honest. Because you were being disobedient.
Ooh, I was naughty. What did I do?
I don't exactly remember. You must remember, little mistress, that you did not always have the body of a child. You were a young woman once, and not so young at that. You were a power in your own right. But the master was the master, and he never allowed anyone to forget that.
Yes, but what did I do? You're dodging the question, butler! Leofardo, be honest! Tell it to me straight!
Hello there, Thoth, and welcome. You challenged him, you stole from him. Rejected him? What does that mean? You tried to leave. I'm gonna go with you challenged him. I feel like that's maybe a little bit more fitting with the fact that we said everybody likes her and that she resolves things by force. You believed that you were stronger and more clever than the old master, and that you deserved to rule this estate yourself.
Well, of course I did.
More dominance. She 100% ate the master's muffins, an unforgivable sin. She ate the master's French fries. No! Unfortunately, when it came to a fight between you, he proved to be the more powerful vampire. Until he locked you away to learn your lesson.
Oh, you wanted to make me weak, and he succeeded. Huh, just look at me now.
Look around you, little mistress. The old master is gone, and you will rule in his place. You have won. I didn't read that very well, but...
I suppose.
Well, we're gonna have to spend just next week only resting, because I'm just barely making it out.
Give me your hand, Leofardo.
What?
Give me your hand.
Oh, all right. Oh.
I'm stronger than you think.
You certainly are, little mistress. You would be quite a surprise in an arm wrestling match.
Arm wrestling?
Uh-oh, chat, she's gonna fall down the gambling hole.
Oh, it's something men used to do in inns when they'd be drinking. They would pit their strength against each other and wager on the outcome.
I don't know if it's done anymore.
Since I'm just a little girl, everyone would bet against me. I could win a lot of money.
This is genius. Yeah, wait, Leofardo? We named the two characters, so they're Leofardo and Da Vinci. And hello there, Le Fleur de Mal, and welcome. Little mistress, you are strong, but some men's strength may still be too much for you. And a little girl in a bar alone at night. People might investigate. You don't want to attract attention. I look at my money. I think I'm willing to risk it. God, is she rigging the arm wrestling matches? That's unsportsmanship. She does what she has to.
I can wear a mask. I don't think that's going to make you look that much older if you're still incredibly short. I see.
It's even an option now. However, I think if this is going to reduce my mind and body, that's probably a terrible idea. So we're just gonna have to spend our entire time resting this week. Our mind and body, too low. You just gotta have faith, Caco. Arthur, we need more money. You just gotta have faith.
I don't know about that one, Chet. Oh, heck.
Alright, now that we've got a little bit of mind and body, let's go try an arm wrestle. Getting carded based on height. I mean, I think they would also probably make her take her mask off if she's walking in there very short, wearing a mask. You don a mask and make your way to the local tavern to look for challengers. You spot a man sitting at a table and size him up. He looks strong. I look at my money. I bet it all. You place your gold upon the table and wait for your opponent to match your stake, then bring your arms into position. And after a minute of sweating and straining, he slams your hand down on the table. His friends cheer for his victory. Perhaps another night you will have better luck. Oh, well, there goes our money. We're poor now. Our body, still terrible. I wonder... I'm not sure if we have enough body to make it through a week of doing stock. But we do need more money desperately. Well, we're gonna do double the work and see how it goes. Now follow him home and drink his blood. Oh, if only. Didn't you learn not to gamble? Look, we were desperate. Local man in bar beats child in arm wrestling match. Crowd cheers him on. If you read it like that, it isn't a very good look now, is it? But hello there, Jimbo, and welcome. I would imagine probably not good to do any arm wrestling. I do not have enough to do any hunting, enough mind or body. So I guess we're just gonna go ahead next week, and we're going to go ahead and rest some more. Just another week of rest. If only we could get our body up a little bit higher. You know, at a faster recharge rate. Mind fills up no problem. Body, we've got a little bit too much room there. Local child destroys man's arm. That's what my goal is. That's what I would like. Okay, we're going to go ahead and keep working, I think. No gambling quite yet. Jobs, stock, and sleep in coffin. And I see my sensitivity now is at an all-time low. Endurance is getting slowly higher and higher. Maybe we could go out and successfully fight someone now. Eh? Little mistress, today is the autumn equinox.
What does that mean?
It is a time of year where the night and the day are equally balanced. After this, for the next few months, the nights will be longer than the days. You will have more time free of the sun. That means you will be able to perform more activities every night, increase your power more rapidly. Chat! That means maybe we can do 3 things per week instead of 2?
Do people celebrate the equinox? Modern people. In cities?
In these days, there are often markets, festivals, and craft fairs celebrating the end of the harvest. Fresh fruits and vegetables, folk songs and dances.
That sounds old-fashioned and stupid.
Even in modern times, humans need to eat. The harvest still matters.
I suppose. We should go shopping this weekend.
We'll see. We continue working. I suppose that's why there's this gap right here, is that way they could slot in 3 different activities. It means she can work longer hours and make us more money. Yes! This is something I would greatly like. Alright, we're going shopping. See, like, look at this popsicle now. 5 mind, 5 body. It makes it look very pathetic in comparison to how much I have over here. And hello, good morning to you too, Dagnardio. Like, this gives me business, occult history, law. Like, I don't even want any of these objects. The only one I would be interested in is the flask for the science. Look, the items. Dead of night. Checking out my money, checking out my body. We'll put sleep in coffin. Here. And maybe in the dead of night. I would like to become a little bit more powerful. Let's go ahead and put some martial arts on. And then we'll put Store Stalker. I think that should be alright. My body is melting. Yeah, it looks like that's a decent combination. I'm staying up on mind. Have enough body to make it through. How goes the vampire life? I think it's going alright. Is this a biting stream? Willie's not exactly accurate. We haven't really bitten anyone so far, so, But hello there, kitty. Welcome.
Kabir-sensei, may I see your hands?
Ah, so you've noticed my nail polish. My grandson enjoys it when I paint them with rainbows.
You have grandchildren?
Why? Is that a surprise? Perhaps you are suggesting that I look too young to be a grandmother? She says, her face covered in wrinkles. You've bitten a keyboard. I think that counts. I've also bitten a popsicle. So I suppose we have done a little bit of nibbling.
You're such a good fighter. I didn't think you'd have time for a family.
Oh. A family is the best reason to become a fighter. A family is something to protect. Never underestimate the ferocity of a parent defending a child.
I wouldn't know. I don't have parents.
Not even the butler, who would have acted like a foster parent to us, almost. But I said, no, I'm friend. There should be a time for all things in your life, young one. Time for careers, time for studies, and time for love, in whatever form you find it. And there should also be time for nail polish.
I see.
Insight increase. Oh, ha-ha! I like a little picture for martial arts. Look at that. Fighting plus 18. Chat, I think we should be able to totally be successful going out hunting now. Okay? You have 107 body. We go out hunting. Right? We make our way over to the bar. Oh, no targets at the bar! What the hell? We go back over to the theater then. Oh, okay, I don't know about Club Dancer. I try to punch her. Oh my god. Never mind. I punch her again. I'm winning. She's gonna get beaten again. Not so far. I punch the Club Dancer again. I kill her. You sink your fangs into your helpless victim, feeling energy rush into your body. You regain 41 health and 6 mental strength. Look at that. We don't even need to rest now. I've just restored myself. Afterwards, you arrange the unconscious body and go through her belongings and make 26 coins. Hunt successful. You return home for the day. We became a little bit richer, mugger. And I don't regret it either. You robbed her blood and money. You're right. Robbing is illegal. Fortunately, I don't care. And now we're going to exercise more so we can talk to good old Coach a little bit. I know we're vampires, but man, I feel bad about that one. Man, Chet, why do you care about that club dancer? They were nobody to us. And we're a vampire. Sometimes you gotta take out the people that, dance in clubs, I guess. Do you think the rocker would have been better? Elitist vampire. I mean, we are the ruler of this land. We're vampires, but we're not monsters! She was just having fun, Gecko! That was someone's child! Alright, Chet, if we go out hunting again, we won't attack any club dancers. Okay. You have no fun, Chet. Also, part of the reason I'm sticking sleep in a coffin at the beginning is now I can't help but be nervous if there is some sort of random chance that if you do before dawn with the coffin and you are up in the bedroom that you will die. I don't know, but it makes me a little bit spooked. So we go with this option where it's safest. Begin week. Huh? Ooh, alright. You're definitely showing some improvement, little missy. Your strength is really picking up. Now we can get on to some real exercise. Next time I'll bring in the weights. Gonna cost you a little more, but you're set for it, right? Bring it on! Oh, hell yeah. Wait, now it costs 22 coins? Jesus, that is a lot more expensive. I like that exercising also gives us some science. I guess we learn about, the body a little bit, so we become more scientific. Alright, chat. Are we gonna arm wrestle, or are we gonna go out hunting? Gamble? Or kill? Hmm? Now she's the thief with these prices. Goddamn, Coach. Why is it so expensive? It was 15 before, now it's 22. This is crazy. It censored she's the thief? Oh my god. You can't just call someone a thief. That's mean. I really want to see how much money we can win out of the gambling. We go back down to the tavern. He looks strong. I bet 25 coins. Oh. I lost. But we're not going to be able to exercise because it's going to be too expensive. So, I guess we're doing some more store stocking. Oh, I can be a library shelver, though. I don't get paid as much. But I think it would be nice to get some more in... Well, it gives me endurance and awareness. And I'm not sure how much I care about awareness. The most otherwise would be, say, Night Baker, because I wouldn't mind getting some extra points in Grace. But, If I can get a promotion with Store Stalker, I'd be able to get more money there. How's our baby girl doing? Well, she's becoming very powerful. You can see up here with her body at 233. She can endure a lot. And DOS also returning back at the same time as Twitchy. Wow. Alright, now we're gonna go out hunting. I think this time we should have no problem. Do you think we'd make more money going up to a hospital and beating up nurses, or going over to apartments? In the gutter near the apartment building, you find a curious lumpy ball, translucent and rubbery. A toy? I bring it up to my mouth. Or really, Da Vinci brings it up to her mouth. This is just like the story where you bit into the ball as a kid. Yeah, I guess in real life, when I found that weird random ball, I was like, I think this is a gumball! Yahoo! Yay! I bite it! Chomp chomp! It's hard to get your teeth into this without it bouncing away. Guess what, Chet? I just fucking got smarter from biting a random ball on the ground. Hell yeah. My science levels increase! And hello there, by the way, slumbery fly, and welcome. Well, that was a great find. It's a bouncy ball. Yeah, a dog just left their toy around. Well, I guess since we found some treasure at the apartment, maybe we'll go over to the diner. What's happening over there? What the hell, nurse? Are you on your lunch break? Are we gonna try and kill the nurse? Oh my god, she's powerful too. Okay. We did manage to successfully hit her, and I have way more body than she has. We're only 10 points apart when it comes to tough and forceful. We're gonna continue trying to punch her. Ow! God damn, 25. I go again. Ow! Come on! Yes, I got her. 36 damage. Oh my god! I'm powerful too. Not the nurses too, but imagine the blood she's carrying. Ow! Oh wait, 2 damage? That was pathetic. I punch her again. Yes! You sink your fangs into your helpless victim, feeling energy rush into your body. You regain 62 health and 9 mental strength. And what? He had 17 coins. That sucks. The children need those blood packs. I mean, it's not like that nurse specifically owns them. So I think those blood packs are probably still at the hospital. I would be a little bit concerned if I went down to a diner and there's just this nurse over there in a booth eating and just has like a rack of a bunch of blood packs there sitting next to her. She like reaches over and grabs one, opens up her hamburger and just dumps the packet of blood on her burger and then chomp chomp. I mean, they probably just paid for their meal at the diner, so less cash. Ah, god damn. Right. We need to become a little bit more well-rounded now. We're spending a lot of time. I don't think we need to sleep this week because we do have a lot. Let's go ahead as we stock the store, get a lot of money there. Spend some more time with some computer use, perhaps. Get a little bit more of that pop culture knowledge. Look at me typing away on the computer. Wow. I love technology. Yahoo! Yahoo! Huh? What's wrong? Oh, sorry. I was looking at some of my chem homework while you were practicing. I hate this stuff, but it's a core class, so I have to take it. The formulas aren't so bad, except for how many of them we have to fill out over and over. It's the essay questions that are really exhausting. Can I see? Sorry, this is way over your level. This is college stuff. You don't know what my level is? Dad, let's not kid ourselves. A new trend is rising up on TikTok after someone filmed a little girl biting a nurse. Now, the devious bite has been catching on across the nation of just people running out and biting people on the neck. Nice. Very cool. I don't know that it's still a trend, but I remember reading that there was a trend at some point in, I think it was Japan, about licking people's eyeballs. So, you hold hands, you kiss a little bit, you lick their eyeballs. Romantic. And then people would end up with pink eye.
How about you practice your typing some more and I'll keep working on this? Oh, I bet I could figure out your fancy science.
Yeah, my science level isn't that high, kid. Pink is the color of love? So are you saying if you lick someone's eyeballs and they get pink eye, that it proves that the two of you are destined to be? And hello there, reanimated bit. Welcome. Pink is also the color of infections, apparently. My friend and his girlfriends used to pick each other's noses in high school. I'm gonna say thank God you actually meant to type lick, because while that's still, licking someone's nose is still weird, I'm just picturing two students sitting next to each other, like reaching their hands over and is picking their noses? Oh no. Oh. Your girlfriend, boyfriend sneezes, snot running down their nose. You look over at them. Your tongue pops out, and they lean in. I roll to stop the picking. You rolled an 18? You're free. There is no picking happening here now. Oh no, it's like when they brush something off your mouth after eating. I actually had to mute stream. I don't know what Keko's saying, but I know it's cursed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Heck. Ugh. You certainly are showing a lot of skill with technology for someone... Sorry, you certainly are showing a lot of skill with technology for someone who's never used a computer until this year. Keko!
Teehee? Teehee? I don't want to be left behind. Now that your typing skills have improved, we can move on to intermediate application operation. What the heck does that mean? Well, that's what you're going to learn. Of course, more advanced lessons come with a higher price and more money for me. Of course.
Well, it was 12 coin. Now it's 20. Oh my god. It's apparently way... I guess between that class and my two jobs, my mind is... It's a little bit hard for me. I think actually we're okay if we go hunting. Because since we're just punching our opponent, I think then that they punch back at us, and it would only be affecting my mental strength if we were doing a mental attack on our opponent. So, we're going to go hunting. Maybe let's try instead at the hospital. Hang on. In the trash behind the hospital, you find a discarded blood bag. Chat. Free snacks. Delicious. There's only a few drops left, but they provide a touch of energy. Also, that means this hospital is improperly disposing of their blood bags, because this should definitely be going into a biological waste bin. But no, they just have thrown it away in the regular garbage. When do we learn to code? That's a good question. I want to become a coder vampire. And hello there, Muscle Wart, and welcome. There's only a few, but Dagnardia, we don't have to worry about the diseases because we're a vampire. Vampires don't get diseases like that. go to the cinema again. Uh-oh, a delinquent. How powerful do you think the delinquent is? Oh!
Ow!
Only, at my level, pretty much. Ooh, but I still do 36 damage, so we're still... Ooh, lucky! Here we go, we attack on the lucky. Oh. But we only did 19. That wasn't a great lucky hit. Oh, but that... See, look! That one wasn't even on lucky and I did more. Oh, hell. You sink your fangs into your helpless victim, feeling energy rush into your body, 88 health, 42 mental strength. And then I steal 10 coins from her. Why was it that the first person we robbed with the club dancer was the richest? Huh? Vampires went extinct ages ago because they didn't know about transmitted diseases. Oh no! Vampires, immortal from everything except disease.
And then we go home.
Are you fond of computers, little mistress?
LOL, yeah. I love computers. You can talk to people all over the world, look at funny cat pictures, play video games.
What is our vampire child turning into?
What about you?
I don't know a great deal about using computers myself. I don't trust technology. I don't care about that. Excuse me. Did you say cat pictures? I'd like to see some of those cat pictures.
I've got a whole folder full of them.
Chet, Da Vinci has a folder for just cat images. If you need cat image hookups, just go ahead and give Da Vinci over here a little DM.
But why did you ask about the computers?
Oh, I almost forgot. There may be another job available for you, helping people who have problems with their computer. Our child, or little Da Vinci, becomes an IT person. I hope Da Vinci is learning how to browse the internet safely. I mean, we have to look over at her college-age tutor about that, huh?
But I'm not an expert. I'm still learning.
You know more than some people ever will. Trust me. What you need most for this job is patience. The IT help desk job is now available. I wonder how much we get paid for that one. $10? That ain't bad. Well, don't do it! Doss yells, slumbering, also agreeing, don't do it. It's a bad idea. It will wreck your mind. What do? Well, hello there, Djibouti. Welcome. I just unlocked the IT help desk option here as a job. So that's what was being deliberated on, and chat's shaking their head going, don't, that is bad. And thank you for following, Plaz. Appreciated. Speaking from experience, it's actually kind of fun, like headbutting your face against a wall of fun. I do get paid one more coin than the store stalker. I take up each of these. The maximum is based upon temperance. We would get more mind from doing the IT help desk. I think store stalker might decrease it. I can't recall. I'm a little bit concerned about doing job, and class, and if that's going to reduce my mind and body and such too much, but I would like to take some more exercising because I do kind of like the idea of being able to hang out with the coach a little bit more. I'm looking across here, with my... I didn't realize that this one here is urban exploration. Oh my god. I really have not been training very much in the way of my mental stats, huh? We're going pretty much all in on exercise strength. Oh my lord, I didn't even notice the new emote. I feel like I've seen this somewhere. It might moderately be just that if you've, been in streams where I've done the emotes for the channel, like voice or tomato, that she has a little bit more of an expression that's close to that tomato, really. So maybe that's why. Or do you mean the game? I'm like combining together Dagnardio's comment with yours, Djibouti. I think it's because you both have blue names. So I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. You might be thinking then of Princess Maker or Long Live the Queen, because both of those are a similar game style.
And hello there, Terrakin. Welcome. I wave at you from behind the corner that you're peeking out of. In particular, I kind of would like to do psychology because it increases sensitivity, and I would like to be a little bit more sensitive, We gotta keep all the friends, The friends!
But I want more coach, so we're doing more exercise. Plus, then it'll make it easier to go win battles out in the hunting. Well, let's see if I can make it through the week.
Hi, Coach!
Gotta admit, I'm impressed, little missy. Such a tiny body, but you've really put some effort into it.
Some would say, you should stop here. Some would say, there's only so much you can expect out of a little girl.
But I am not some people. I am going to take you to the expert level and build you a body society would kill for. Yes! Yes! We will be the buff vampire lady! Oh, IT help desk is her yelling on a phone. Oh my god. We have to be more sensitive. That way we feel remorse when we murder and rob our victims. Hey, we bite our victims. They could be, like, totally alive and fine. I don't know what you mean.
Little mistress? This is the traditional time to honor the spirits of family who are no longer with us, particularly those who have died within the past year. Are you saying that I should honor my dad? Well, it is true. I hate him, though! He locked me away for years! What the hell?
Caco, people need blood? Look, they don't need all of their blood. If people needed all of their blood, you would be not having, blood donations.
But I don't know anyone who's died within the past year.
Yeah, she totally forgot about her dad. Again, I mean, she had already lost a shit ton of her memories while she was in that coffin, and all she's heard about her dad so far is, hey, he locked you away, so, one little vampire person around here, not exactly gonna care about their dead dad?
Well, this is awkward now, isn't it? Oh, right, you mean the old master, my vampire father.
Well, I don't want to honor his spirit, see, I told you.
You can do whatever ceremonies you want, but I don't care.
Well, very well. Class success is now 33 for exercising. Holy shit. I got a lot of endurance and strength now. And all of my money gone. I spent it all on that extremely expensive class.
Oh dear, little mistress, you have overworked yourself. You must rest and recover your strength. You are too weak to leave the house now. Oh, if I had some blood. You don't have the strength to hunt. What about your blood?
Huh? Leofardo? What do you have to say about that?
Taking a small taste of my blood won't kill me, but it will make me weaker. It will lower the amount of time I have left before the blood bond runs out. But if I don't offer her my blood, she will be too weak to do anything but rest, and she won't be able to build up her skills. If she doesn't gain enough power before my time runs out, I will die anyway.
Okay. Leofardo probably has stinky blood. I mean, it's old at least. She's been around for a while, but okay, here's my blood. Only a little bit. Oh, tee-hee! Oh my god. I hold out my arm, blushing. What?
Are you all right? As long as you are well, little mistress, then I am as well. But you must be more careful with your energy in the future.
I bite her, and then she goes out hunting anyway. Alright. Let's do the kebab shop. Cook? She should be easy to take out, right? I punch her. Oh yeah, she's weak. Look at that. How? Man, I'm really strong now. I look proudly at my level of force. I love the art style in this game. I do particularly like when they're in this form. They're so cute. Look at her punch. Just pa-pow. Oh, jeez. And now I regain my strength. Only 12 coin. Ugh. Well, now I need to definitely make sure I rest and don't do, say, 3 activities at a time. Rest. And I think since my strength here is at pretty even, I don't know, chat, are we going to min-max it out and just bring up our strength and endurance all the way and then we'll swap to another stat? Because if that's the case, we might want to just continue focusing on Store Stalker for the moment. We'll go with that. As I look at my mind to see that I make sure that I'm staying, it is just high enough in the positive, but I think we might need to do a little bit more resting next week.
Wake up, little mistress. Ugh, the sun's barely down. There's a celebration tonight that you won't want to miss. Tonight is Masquerade Night. Children dress up as spirits or animals carrying sticks or wooden swords to drive away demons. You go from house to house together, shouting and waving your weapons, and you will be given gifts and treats to share.
A more violent variation of Halloween, because I'm into it. Then at the end, you burn your sticks at a bonfire to show that you have conquered evil. Because everyone will be masked and hiding their identity, it will be easy for you to mix in with the other children.
I could make human friends?
Well, just for tonight. They should not know who you really are. But it will do you good to have a bit of fun and remember what it was like to be a child.
Will you come too?
I look too old for these games, little mistress. You'll have to participate for both of us. Oh, look at her having such a great time as she holds up her... Is this the entirety of her stick, or is she just breaking one off? I'm about halfway now on arm wrestling. I don't know if I could win. I think we're going to go out hunting again, because if we manage to get some good blood, that will restore my mind up all the way, which would be lovely. I've always thought Halloween would be more fun if it were more violent. I mean, doesn't violence make everything better? Here you are, you could just be normal teasing someone, but imagine teasing someone and also beating them up every time. That's way more exciting. Alright, we found something in apartments and got someone at the cinema. Have we fought? No, yeah, we were just at the kebab shop, so let's go over to the bar this time. The cook is back. I don't want to fight the cook. Nightclub. Chat, am I allowed to fight the club dancer yet, or am I still banned from that? Are we sparing the blue-haired lady? Kick her ass? Yeah, she's got money. I punch her. Yeah, we mean blood. I mean, as long as it's fun. Like before, the first time I beat her up, chat's like, oh no, how could you do this to the poor club dancer? But then after we, you know, spent a little bit more time with Da Vinci, we were a vampire for a little bit longer here. Now chat's all about it. And look at that. See, now my mind is all filled up. And I got 25 coins out of it. So far, the club dancer is the wealthiest person that we fight. And so I return home. Pockets filled. And I think we're gonna do the same course. Sleeping coffin. Cash. Cash. Maybe I should have put the sleeping coffin down lower though, or at least in between. Oh well. $126 coins. If only it would give me a dang raise. And so we go hunting some more. Maybe we'll go ahead and let the attempts run out a little bit more. In an attempt to see if we can get some RNG event. For finding something again. I like the drunk woman. Oh my god. I look at the hunter. I punch the hunter. Holy hell. But I want to kill the hunter. I successfully hit Hunter for 40 damage. We're going in, chat. We have to punish the vampire hunter. Haha. Ow! No, you won't beat me. I punch them again. 31 damage. I've got more health than they do. Come on, I can win. I punch them again successfully. They've got 61 HP left, but I've got 229. Punch! 12 damage? Oh, weak. I was a little bit off my target that time, but hoo-ha! I got them this time. 3 HP left on there. Only one more to go. I crack my knuckles. I charge up. Ow! Oh no, I got slapped. I win. And I restore all of the damage I took too. And guess what? Guess that makes sense. The hunter probably doesn't, you know, get a lot of jobs around here. Not that many vampires in the modern era. I return home. Leofardo? What is it, little mistress? I met a strange woman in the town last night while I was out hunting. Uh-oh, we're gonna talk about the hunter. Strange in what way? She wore a coat like a cape, with a large hat and a bunch of pouches and silver crosses. And she had skin like mine, and she seemed stronger than a normal human should be. Could she have been another vampire? No, little mistress. I fear she is something much more dangerous. While you were hunting humans, she was hunting vampires. What? A vampire hunter? You have fed on many people around in the town, haven't you? That attracts attention. Rumors spread. The more victims you claim, the more ordinary people will choose to avoid the streets at night, and the more hunters will seek your trail. What happens if they catch me? A game over? Oh no! Please, little mistress, be cautious. Do not attempt to face a hunter, or else we might both be doomed. Well, I've got some news, actually. I kind of killed them. Good thing you already kicked the hunter's asses.
Should I tell her? No, maybe next time. I walk away.
I'm gonna move the sleeping coffin to the middle here, and we're going to start off our morning. I look at my stats. I want to train up my sensitivity. What classes can I take for sensitivity? We've got horse. We've got psychology. Got ballroom dancing. Definitely don't care about ballroom dancing. Horse riding gives endurance, sensitivity, dominance, grace, awareness. Psychology gives sensitivity, insight, dominance, science, temperance. And temperance gives more mind. And I don't mind the dominance. Science is a nice bonus. We're gonna go ahead and do some psychology. I like it has a brain icon. And then we continue making money as store stalker, and we begin the week. Aww.
Well, hi there, cutie pie, little cutie pie. Hi there, honey.
Or, I'm reading this wrong.
Well, look at this little cutie pie. Hi there, honey. What's your name?
Davinky.
Aren't you just the most precious thing? My name is Celestina Newton, and it's very nice to meet you. Now, give us a smile. Come on.
You're a psychology expert?
That is just so. And aren't you clever to notice it?
Teacher, stop speaking down to me.
Little mistress, one use of psychology is cause people to underestimate you. Oh, I like her. Can I keep her?
No!
Little mistress, sometimes you are too easy to tease. Well, she'll learn.
Is this psychology lady actually, like, very devious cunning? She was just trying to get under my skin on purpose? Psychology. I stare at picture of brain puzzle. That's it. That's all I do.
What makes a person who they are? Biology is not my field. If you need the birds and the bees.
Not that. Ugh.
If you lose all your memories, are you still the same person? Oh, that is a different question. Well, first off, I should say that total amnesia, the loss of identity, doesn't generally happen the way it does in the movies. It's much more common to lose a brief period than an entire lifetime. Just think, if you forgot absolutely everything, you wouldn't be able to walk and talk. You'd be a baby all over again.
Oh, I'm lucky that didn't happen.
Let's imagine that you wake up tomorrow and you've forgotten today. You don't remember this class or this conversation. Are you still the same person that you were yesterday?
I guess this is becoming a philosophy class now, isn't it?
And if you forgot today, then you might come in and ask me the same question tomorrow, because you would still be you. People forget things all the time, and what they do remember, they often remember incorrectly. Our memories and sense of self are constantly changing. We don't have perfect continuity.
No! The lore! Chat, we have plot holes in our own lives!
No adult remembers being an infant, even though we all started there. And I'm happy not to remember the crying and the screaming in the diapers. And sometimes we block out memories that are painful.
Something about this teacher's face is really freaking me out. Hello there, Pyro. Welcome. I think maybe it's the glasses? Because I don't think when you have your perspective head turned like this, the glasses should be kind of lying off a little bit. So it might be the really low eyes too, that's a possibility. Large forehead. However, I guess my forehead isn't quite as large, but we both kind of have similar, somewhat proportioning there. It might be a combination of her having small eyebrows as well. I don't know. But I still like how I guess when she is not kind of thinking with her eyebrows lowered, it's a little bit different. But still, no one ever stays exactly the same. You'll hear that all the time when friendships or marriages end. You're not the kind of person I knew anymore. And the one being accused might say it was the other who changed. But then, what makes someone the same person? Or a different one? You'll have to answer that for yourself. Are you who you were, or are you someone new? You can make your own choice, whether the world agrees with you or not. I suppose, but my opinions have to match everybody else's or everyone will hate me. They'll point and be like, oh my god, look at that Da Vinci over there. A different opinion than ours? Ew. Bleh. What if you did something bad and then you lost your memory of it? Are you still the person who committed the crime? Well, now that is a legal question more than a psychological one. You'll have to ask me in a debate class. I hate debates, so I'm not taking that. What? Is there more going on? What the hell? Little mistress, there's a parade tonight. Oh, wait. Another ancient tradition? No, a modern one. The feast for the departed honors the household dead. The march remembrance is for the dead of the land as a whole. All those who have fought for the honor and protection of town and country. Great wars have happened while you slept, little mistress, and more have died than you can even imagine. Well, I don't know any of those people now, do I? You need to be social. It is important to honor your country. You should learn about what happened. I kind of like the idea of, maybe you should go make friends, kid. You are too isolated here, little mistress. Looking so young, and being barred from the daytime, you have too few opportunities to observe human behavior. You should take advantage of all public celebrations at night. Walk among crowds, watch, and listen. In the future, you can choose to avoid ceremonies that do not interest you, but first you must learn what they are. All right. Etiquette increase. Kind of? I don't really like this, though. It's kind of boring. Rip, 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 rip. I like how the store stalker decreases my temperance. Alright, body, powerful. Okay, chat. It's time to try arm wrestling again. We're going in. Mask. On. I size up the guy. Think you can take him? I pull out big bag of gold. I place it in front of the man and I sit down. The man looks down at me, small child, and he laughs. You place your gold upon the table and wait for your opponent to match your stake. Then bring your arms into position. And hello there, masked coward. Welcome. This is almost fitting because while I'm in the bar here, I'm wearing a mask myself. No! Ah, my money! Weak? Oh, my strength is at 154. Oh, heck. Oh, jeez. Well, another week to go by. While I attempt to make a little bit of money from stocking the store, attempt to get a little bit of a bigger brain for my psychology class, as I lose my money. Maybe this time I win? I go out to arm wrestle again? You think you can take him? I slam 50 coins back down upon the table. It's the same man. He raises an eyebrow, holds his head back and laughs. Huh, you're gonna try again, little girl. I look... Da Vinci, eyebrows lowered. Yeah, come on, bring it. After a minute of sweating and straining, you press the back of his hand down onto the table. His friends gasp, then laugh and cheer. You gather your winnings, bow, and exit. Yes, yes. That time I won. Got my money back, essentially. Let's see, maybe we'll go ahead and go back to my class in computer usage. My IT help desk now is at chance good, so maybe we'll go ahead and work out at the IT help desk a little bit more. Get that little bit of extra coin. I begin my week. Failure? No! Success! Oh, I see. She's got not a little cell phone, but a little, like, earphone piece.
Wow, you're doing really well at this. I guess the next thing we should do is a unit about hardware, all the bits and pieces and how they connect. Your life will be a lot easier if you can build your own rig. It saves so much money. Yes! This is what it all culminates in. I'll be able to build my own computer. Hey, maybe I could start my own little business of just building other people's computers? Heh, she has a little headset. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. What's a rig? But, for the same reason, I kind of have to charge more for the advanced materials, especially if they get damaged. Uh-oh. How much is that gonna cost me now? I don't know. Fortunately, I got through the week here. Will you come to town with me, little mistress? There are some things for the household I should buy. All right. Oh, look at the Christmas tree. What's going on? The town didn't look like this last week. What do you see, little mistress? There are lights everywhere. There's a tree in the square, there are trees inside the windows of the shops, there are even leaves growing on the lamps. Do you like it? It's pretty, but why has it changed? The year is turning, and the nights grow darker and longer. We're getting close to the middle of winter. So they put up lights to keep things cheerful and bright? Also, this is a holiday season. When midwinter comes, there will be many celebrations. Families put up fir trees in their houses and decorate them with candles and straw puzzers, then surround them with gifts. On Midwinter Eve, everyone feasts. Then they trade gifts in exchange for songs or poems. Will we have a tree in our house? Not yet. Unlike you, little mistress, a tree cannot survive long after being cut from the ground. A dead tree becomes dry and brittle, and a candle can set it ablaze in an instant. It's too dangerous. Recall, please, butler. There are computers in this world. That means I think we should be able to get a strand of lights and not use just flaming candles. I think we should be fine. If blood magic keeps me alive and keeps you young, could it preserve a tree?
Stick the tree into a pot of blood instead of water. I have never heard of a vampire tree, little mistress, but there are many things I do not know. A vampire tree! Of course! Hang on, if I bite a tree, could I turn it into a vampire? If you had a vampire mosquito and it bit a plant, would it become a vampire plant? I know already that mosquitoes drink blood, and they also drink plants, also the males do. Next year, when your powers are stronger, perhaps you should try it.
We can do this again next year? Ooh, and the year after that, and the year after that?
I expect so, at least until they invent new celebrations.
In time, everything does change. Oh, except for us.
Even us, little mistress. Look how much you and I have changed in these months since you awoke.
There's so much still to see. I'm glad you brought me here.
I'm glad you like it. Come, let us finish our shopping. You still have much to do. Well, I guess I'm out in the town. Oh, okay. Since it's the holidays, we'll go ahead and buy her a popsicle. There you go, little Da Vinci. I can't afford another day of computer use, though, especially with the cost increase up to $30 a day. That's too much for my blood. So we're gonna go ahead and add in extra job day. I wonder if I continue working store stalker, if I will get another promotion, or if you only get one. I'm unsure. We'll go ahead and just do another week of stocking the store.
Working away, making sure my mind stays up. I think I might be getting enough temperance at this point
in order to actually make it across the week with 3 tasks. But then again, maybe not. The mind is getting a little bit low there. If it only took down my body, I would be fine. I need more temperance otherwise. Let's go hunting. See if we can't find... Ooh! In the alley behind the bar, you find someone's personal certificate, but the photograph is peeling slightly. Is this a fake ID? Do I bite fake ID? She can't be stopped. She bites the ID. Oh! I broke it. Oh, I increased my level of technology. You can really taste the manufacturing processes. And so I know more about how manufacturing cards works. Thank you, ID card. How interesting. In the alley near the nightclub, you find a dropped handbag that contains 7 coins. I'm wealthier. I take the money. Finders keepers get fucked. Cashier. I bet you that the cashier probably has a lot of money, right? Because they're working the cash register. I'm gonna fight the cashier in an attempt to get big money. Punch. Whap. Too easy, too. They're so weak. If I was trying to scare them, it might be a little bit more difficult, but I'm not. I beat them up. 19 coins. Not great. They pocket the store's earnings? I guess not. Since I still got more money from the club dancer. Let's see. Got 180 cash. Maybe we'll go ahead and just spend this week again, just earning up some extra money. But then again, I would really like to see... I really want to see Coach again. How much money does it cost? 231. Between job... that I think I should be able to afford it.
Hi, Coach. Hi. Hello.
How do you do it?
Do what?
How have you managed to get so strong so fast while you're still got those skinny little legs? It must be because I'm an amazing teacher. Clearly, I need to charge more. Uh-oh. Alright. 33 coins goes up to, ouch, 60? Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it through the week affording the 60 coin class. Unless we unlocked a new job path for bigger money earnings. Hey, kid, you ever considered a career in the military?
Huh?
Once you've grown up, it's a great way to serve your country and keep fit in the process.
Were you in the military?
I did my time. It's not mandatory anymore, though. You have to sign up for it. Something to keep in mind.
Right.
Buy money. There it goes. Couldn't afford it. Can't afford it. I can't afford one, and then I'm poor again. And we'll just continue hunting. Because arm wrestling, I would only be able to gamble 25 coins at a time, so we push that to the side. Let's see. Don't find any likely targets. Don't find any likely targets. Probably going to be a harder time finding people now. Oh, ha ha! Delinquent, huh? We beat up the Ow! Dang it! Sometimes it's a little bit hard. I almost want to try the other attacks just because I'm curious what their stats are elsewhere. Look at that! Wary's actually pretty low comparatively. Delinquent is extremely brave, but somehow I've managed to beat her with my 50 versus her 148? Very lucky there. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Mysterious trying to entice her. She's just like, yeah, I'm not interested. Aloof?
Oh no, boo-hoo! Ah!
Going the route down here of the mental attacks would be very interesting to try play. You sink your fangs because you killed her, and you got 10 coins. And then I skip on home. Doop-a-doop-a-boop.
Leofardo, what are you doing with all that straw?
Did we go shopping yet while I was gone? Yeah, we did go out during the Christmas time, and we did buy Da Vinci a popsicle. I'm working on a project, little mistress. You'll see the results very soon. Be patient. Am I working on making her a Christmas gift? Since we are about a week out.
I don't like being patient.
Well, you don't really have a choice now, do you? And guess what? What? Oh, never mind. I was really hoping and expecting that military was gonna come up as an option. Oh man, you mean I can't just work on a, say, weekly contract for the military? Oh man. Well, let's go for another week. I see also working at the IT help desk decreases my strength, but I did get an increase. Now I get 15 coins a day. Ooh.
Leofardo, you called me? I'm not even dressed yet. Oh. Oh, you got a tree and straw ornaments.
Oh, look, I'm wearing a fancy dress too.
Merry midwinter to you, little mistress. Tonight is the longest night of the year, the greatest amount of time available to you in the dark. Does that mean I have to do extra work?
No, little mistress. This is not a time for working. This is a time for celebration.
Is that why you're wearing that dress?
Exactly.
Does that mean I can wear a fancy dress too?
Well, you can try to, but I mean, all of your dresses are still for adults, so...
I've never seen you in a dress before. You look pretty.
Thank you, little mistress. Traditionally, on Midwinter, after the tree is decorated, children demonstrate skills that they have learned during the year and receive presents for them.
Skills?
Why have we not gotten Da Vinci a better fitting nightgown? I think probably it's because we don't exactly have a ton of money over here, so we looked at our cash supply and we thought about the fact that she's only going to be miniaturized for a year, and we said, it's fine, just wear the oversized nightgown. Think it's just pajamas? Do you mean on our side with the dress? Or actually just in fancy pajamas? Most children sing songs or recite poetry. Of course, you are not truly a child.
What? So I don't get a present?
Oh, I thought you were a third person assisting the butler hanging out with the other two. If only. But no, I'm essentially playing as the butler. So me, third person cannot date the butler.
Of course you get a present. But I had a different idea in mind for a skill you could demonstrate. What's that? Tonight is the longest night, when the powers of darkness are at their peak. I thought it would be a good time for you to try to change back to an adult form.
Wait, early? But we have 192 days left.
Oh, how do I do that?
I'm not certain. I have never been a vampire.
But perhaps turn your focus inward. Think about the strengths that you have been developing. Let that power fill you. Then, imagine yourself changing.
She closes her eyes, concentrating. Little mistress, oh dear, oh no, oh heck, oh geez, she's turned herself into a partial bat.
Think little girl again?
This wacky music too. And thanks for following, Masked Coward, appreciated.
It didn't work. Well, not quite, but it was a good start, little mistress. I'm sure you'll master the art in time.
She accidentally turns into a baby. Oh no!
Do I still get a present?
Of course you do. Go get dressed and I'll give it to you. I bought her a... Uh-oh. I didn't actually buy her anything. I totally bought you a flask, right? Okay, thank God. It's fine, it's fine. I stole the flask. Or I guess you can maybe view the money as this is the money that belongs to the, to Da Vinci. Whereas maybe Leofardo has her own little pocket change that she's been keeping. This game makes me want to play more Vampire Masquerade. Man, I think I played through the, like, little tiny initial beginning of Vampire the Masquerade, and that's it. I really need to go through and play it up myself. Or much more of it, you could phrase that as. Rather than just the beginning. I could totally do a week without resting. Since I am losing out on some strength by doing IT, I'm going to pause on arm wrestling. Maybe we'll just skip. I think we'll just skip this week. Or we could do arm wrestling and see who's out here. You don mask, make way for challengers. You think you could take him. We'll stay a little bit even-keeled this time. The video is alright, but the role-playing one is dandy. You mean to tell us that Leofardo has been holding out on us? I mean, if she is working her own job and she is making her own money, it does make sense that she keeps at least some of it. Alright, I did win, so I made a little bit of cash and I return home. Sleep in coffin? No. I work the IT help desk. We take calls all day. Every day. Look at the mind plummet. Actually, it's not going down as much as I thought it would. That's not too bad of a loss.
Wake up, little mistress. You don't want to miss the celebration.
Look at how much money we have now, too.
Huh? Leofardo, are we going to a party? Leofardo, are we going to a party? Something like that. Tonight is New Year's Eve. It is a night for revelry. Traditionally, there are concerts and dances all night long. And in more recent tradition, fireworks at midnight. And you're child form right now, but if you were a full vampire adult, you could also be drinking. That sounds nice. Everyone will be out in the streets, celebrating and drinking hot mulled wine. And I have some blood for your cup as well. Oh, good.
Oh. See, we lost that strength, but we're getting up better in some of the temperaments. We arm wrestle again. He looks like a good match for you. We'll just do 25 gold then again. And I did win. Get more. And boom, that's more cash money. And now with the amount of money that we have, I'm trying to consider here for a moment. Do I want to rest at all, or do you think I can make it through the week? I'm not entirely sure. We'll sleep in coffin just in case. We'll do class in the morning here. Yeah, we'll do some more psychology. That way we can get our temperance up higher, train more mind, higher level temperance, higher level mind. That means we can do less resting across the weeks. I begin. See, look, my temperance slowly getting up higher. Hmm? We need to spend some time training with the coach, though, so we don't lose too much of our strength. I make my way to arm wrestle. Good match. We bet 25. Still beating him, too. Even though we might be decreasing in our strength power, it's still enough to let us win. I like, though, as I look across all my stats, some of the ones that are completely empty. Awareness, style, occult history, classical arts. Well, say goodbye to the cash money that we've gotten, chat. We exercise and we lose all of it. But I think we could also make it without sleeping this week. We work an extra job. The failure image for the help desk is just Da Vinci screaming into the phone. Yeah, she doesn't get very happy and just yells at whoever's calling. The mind going down, but not enough. And we're back. We're pretty much going to just go out and arm wrestle all the time now. 25 coins. Uh-oh. We lost this time. We're a little bit more than halfway. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break here, chat. And I'll be back in just a minute. Consider the great life our vampire is going to have. Yeah, Da Vinci is going to be the biggest memester vampire ever. The coach commented about how even though we've gained all this muscle and power, how we're still pretty skinny with little tiny skinny legs. I hope when we transform into our adult form, that's when the buff will unveil itself. We'll just go poof, and then it'll be like these huge bulging muscles. And then we sit down at our computer where we type, do IT, and post our memes and various Discord channels. Hello there, Archon. Welcome. Is Little Vamp doing all their homework? I mean, she's not exactly taking the right kinds of classes to have homework. She's mostly really been doing exercise and some computer use, martial arts. She took a couple of psychology classes, but otherwise, who needs homework for those? I guess you could say, you know, working out, doing some exercise outside of the dedicated class probably is a little bit like homework, but otherwise, we're going to go ahead and dedicate this week rest to making money. I'm going to split it between Store Stalker and IT Help Desk, so we're getting up our strength points, as well as, say, the technology. Begin the week. Oh, yes. And the names, are you training this vamp for secret services or what? We're training this vampire to be basically a buff memester, I think. Who needs homework when you're swole as heck? You punch the paper. You punch right through the homework. Sorry, teacher, I couldn't complete the homework because someone seems to have punched it. Let's go ahead and go hunting so we can go drink some blood and restore up our mind, huh? Hello? Ooh, doctor. I can beat them no problem. I punched the doctor. Give me your money, please. Your money in your... Ow! I just want the blood. Stop it! Ah! Alright, here comes another punch right to your face. I'm gonna punch you with your glasses! Broken! Pow! And look at that. My mind is totally restored. Oh, lovely. Oh, see? Look, I point wildly at the money. See, chat? See, look at that. Doctor gave us 54 coins. We need to go to the hospital more. Do you think we could find business people if we went down to the apartments? Because then we would really get some money from them. Caco, you don't hit someone in their glasses. It's too late. I, uncaring vampire, punch them anyway. I love money. And now I don't need to sleep in the coffin for this week. I'll go ahead and do another job to make up more money. I must hoard. I must make more. I want to be a wealthy vampire. Yahoo! Yahey! Evil undead. No, I just love cash. I saw that doctor person and I said, huh, I probably could get lots of money from them. I don't care that they're wearing glasses. I need the currency. And so I go out hunting again to see if I can't get some more blood. A little old lady? I can't punch little old... Okay, doctor with glasses? I'll punch them. But the little old lady? No, kick her ass. I can't kick her ass. I run away. No. What I think I'm going to do here is we're just going to look around. Delinquent, you had luck. You don't have a lot of money. I leave. I want to kind of peek around a little bit to see if I can't find some, you know, hidden treasure lying around. I don't think I find any. However, I did find a bunny girl, and I would love a taste of her blood. We punch her. Ha! One shot, and she falls. Da Vinci chose capitalism. Not that time. Not against the old lady. I pocket 29 coins. Not bad. Now I'm going back home. Now let us see. We have 684 coins.
That's a lot. I should go ahead and take a class. And I don't need to do any resting because I've got so much mind and body filled up. Another class with computer use, perhaps? Or maybe we want something else, like a little bit more dominance?
What's our dominance level? 38? Temperance 66? Chat? Check it out. Science. 69. A comedic number. I always look when it's spotted. I give it a friendly nod. Give it a little bit of a wink. Want to do some science later? Huh? 69. Nice. Wink. Back to classes. She blinded me with science. Can you really call yourself a creature of the night when you won't take an old lady's social security? Now, I don't know. I don't think we tend to get people's social security numbers by punching them. And I don't think that little old lady was gonna have her social security number just, hanging out in her purse somewhere, so probably not particularly beneficial. I would have to head back home and, call her during my IT work hours. I meant their checks? I don't know. I'm not over 65. You don't know what old people... You know they're wrinkly and that they're easy to scam, maybe, but that's about it. You shrug wildly. I really want to get up my pop culture. I need to maximize my meme. We're going to go ahead and do the computer class again. What is my pop culture at, anyway? Oh, it's terrible. It is absolutely abysmal. Is there anything else that gives me pop culture increase? Art history does. The only other one that does. I wonder if taking art history would give me more, but I don't care about any other stat increase it gives me. All of my stats for art history are awful. I don't care about them. I begin my week and just do shit on the computer. Wah! Oh, stupid worksheet. You've made a mistake on that diagram. I point smugly. Or, Da Vinci points smugly. What? The vertical axis needs to be labeled potential energy, not just energy. How do you know that? I've been studying science. I show her the 69. But you're so young. No, I'm not. What's age got to do with it? You're young, and you study these things. You just have to be smart and focused and pay attention. Yeah, but if a kid could learn chemistry, doesn't that make me stupid for not knowing it already? A child could learn to speak Russian or play chess or all sorts of things, if they took the time. If you didn't, you probably learned other things instead. Age is irrelevant. If you want to learn some things, work harder. Get started now. Smug smile. Shine an eye. Oh, heck. Oh, geez. Sweat pours down from college girl's brow. You sound like my dad. You know, you're really strange for your age. I guess I should stop saying, for your age, huh? That would be nice. Yeah, you're just strange. You're just a weirdo. Wait a second. I'm only kidding. That's how I always treat my friends. Da Vinci blushes. Does that mean I'm a friend too? I don't have very many of those. Friend zones? No. It means we have gone from acquaintance into the friend zone. We haven't had the point of, being trapped there yet. We have to wait until we're adult vampire. Or proper adult vampire form. Oh, more? Gosh, you're doing so well. Ready to talk about basic programming? Is it time to develop my AI for phone? I was looking up forms of divination, and Sylvester Stallone's mom apparently coined a pseudoscience called rumpology. But divination. Literally astrology. Da Vinci sits down at her computer, gazing over at you.
Does she happen to need a website designed? Because I'm about to learn a bit of, programming. And I could do some maybe URL, HTML work, CSS on a web page. You know, I would love to have under my belt of experience astrology website design.
And hello there, the real Hieronymus, and welcome
to the stream. Oh, and there goes the price again.
It went from 30 coins to 60. And we're gonna get another event. Oh my god.
Oh no. Did I do something wrong? Is the computer going to blow up?
I think you've been in this class long enough, Da Vinci, to realize that that's not going to happen. I've lost my Little Mischief Kitty Popsy doll. Not the Little Mischief Kitty Popsy doll. That was a limited edition. And it would cost a lot to replace it. Do you think someone stole it because they knew they would be able to get a lot out of it? Oh no.
Your what?
My little purple plushy cat charm. Must have come unhooked and fallen off my bag. Help me look? Fine. Uh-oh. Wacky music time. There's a brief scramble through the house, opening doors, peering around and under furniture, and so on. I found it! She holds up a little fluffy purple item and kisses its cheeks before reattaching it to her bag. Great. Can we go back to class now?
Oh, come on. Think about how you'd feel if you lost your favorite toy and then found it again. I don't have a favorite toy.
Huh?
Oh, you're at that age where you think it's more mature to pretend that you don't like anything anymore, aren't you?
You'll grow out of that.
I don't have a favorite toy. I don't have any toys. Toys are for children. I cross my arms.
Really? Are you okay?
I don't have time to play with toys. I am developing my mind and body to their fullest extent.
Well, that sounds very philosophical, but you need to take time to relax. Otherwise, you'll get burnout.
I know how to recharge my energy. I just drink people's blood.
Okay, as long as you don't try staying up all night with hot caffeine shots and no sleep, because that sucks. I look at Chet, sweating.
That's not why you're up all night, is it? I sleep during the day.
I wish I could. I always preferred being nocturnal. Little does she know. Hot caffeine shots? Yeah, come on. Doesn't everybody know about those? Yeah, pop culture rises so slowly. Look, I only got 5 points. I thought you meant like injecting the blood. That would be better. That's how vampires get their hot caffeine shots. They put their victim into, say, a sauna. They give them a bunch of coffee to drink, and then they drink their blood, and boom! Hot caffeine shot. I had a coworker who basically didn't sleep and came into work with 3 Red Bulls. Oh. Oh. I get a lot of technology out of this, too. I look at my mind. We go out hunting. Cinema with the cashier. No. Diner with the rocker. Oh wow, rocker's gotten a lot better. 3340. World of Darkness, the vampire TTRPG works on those rules. Ooh, 10 coins loose on the road. I'll take that. I'm gonna hope for doctor now. Nurse, okay, last try. Vampires can only experience, like, drugs if it's in the blood of the person they feed from. That's probably why vampires like to go to nightclubs then. Because then they can get some, extra good times. To get smashed! Yeah, vampire LSD. I was saying extra good times. I was just referring to the drugs. That's all I meant. Oh, heck. Oh, jeez. And I also pocket 24 coins from the nurse. Bye. I thought in World of Darkness they could still do the drugs themselves, but at a reduced effect? I could be misremembering, though. And hello there, Lord Mung. Welcome to you, too. I wonder then if you could even just extract the blood from someone who's done a bunch, so then the blood becomes drug-infused, and then you just save the drug blood for later. Plus, then you can also use it to deal to other vampires looking for a fix. My endurance is so powerful now, Jesus Christ, I'm almost at maximum. Woo! My poor pop culture, though, is so low. I thought I'd be able to increase it more from computer use, but it's doing a terrible job. I kind of want to do another week of computer use, just so I can talk to the college tutor some more. I continue this group. And then we'll maybe go exercise again, because I'd like to go talk to the coach as well. Oh, homework again? Not exactly. I mean, kind of. I mean, I've got homework. And I've got tests, a lot of tests. And it's kind of on my mind. A lot. But that's not really what I was thinking about. Sorry, I shouldn't get too distracted. Let's look at those operators. Indulge me. What were you thinking about? Well, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's the future. For most of my life, I knew what I was supposed to do. I had to get good grades, I had to keep my parents happy, I had to get into a good school, I had to cover my costs, but in a couple of years I'm gonna graduate and then I have no idea what I'm supposed to do next. I could do anything, I guess? Probably supposed to be exciting, but it isn't. This tutoring job's okay, but is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? What if I run out of pupils because everyone learns too fast? Like you. Sorry, it's good that you're clever, right? I just feel like I'm hitting a point where I'm supposed to have my entire future planned and I really don't, and it's stressing me out. What is my career supposed to be and how do I get there? But you don't really know what this is like. This kind of problem is a lot of years off. For you. Well, actually, it's more relevant than you think. You're very young. I'm the head of my household. Haven't you noticed? Leah Fardo is my guardian, but she takes orders from me. I'm the heir. All of this, I indicate around, is mine. So, very soon now, I have to be ready to take control, and it'll all be up to me. I have to study so much. I have to build my future, too. The heir, huh? Guess that's why you have tutors. You must be super rich. I look at my money, sweating. You'll probably never have to work for a living. I look at my 2 jobs, sweating. I'm working now to raise the funds to pay you. What? Really? But you're a kid. Is that legal? Does that matter? Not really, I guess. I mean, if I knew how to make money as a kid, I would have too. Still, it's not right. You shouldn't have all that on your shoulders. The stress really sucks for me, and I'm an adult. Technically. Compared to me, she's practically a baby. Now that I think about it, this looks as if the game was made as in Renpai. It probably was. I think this is a game by the Hanako Studio, I think it is, and I think most, if not all, of their games are made in Renpai.
But then I don't know how old I really am, and how much of it counts if I can't remember it. You ought to have toys and games and fun. You ought to dress up in sequins and listen to boy bands and just be silly for a while. Look, Tutor, maybe if you let me look at more memes and increase my pop culture, I would be having a better time. But no, we have to do programming. I have to take care of business first. Once I'm secure, then I'll have all the time to meme in the world. I guess. Well, we can't fix our futures today, so we'd better get back to work. You need to learn, and I need to earn. She doesn't quite understand, but I can't tell her the whole truth yet. Someday.
And then I can bite her and we can become vampire best friends. Oh. My mind, again, extremely low. I go out to hunt for the doctors. Uh-oh. Not the little old lady again. Oh, heck. Oh, jeez. Oh, see? This is what I want. We punch the doctor. Ow! They just slap me right back. I'm like walking over. I'm like, hey, gonna take you out, Doc. And the doctor's just like, slap. You know, the classic anime style. And I just hold my hand up to my cheek, shocked, tears forming in my eyes. My fist balling up, and I punch them hard, and I wipe them out. One punch. Also, 444 body. That's pretty good. I like the repeating numbers. I take their 39 coins, and then I head home. I certainly can't do another day of computer use, though. That's gonna be too expensive. Wait, no. Wait. Thinking about math. I probably could manage one more week here, but we'll go ahead and just maybe do job. I bet you if I helped out, like, the animal shelter or something, that would probably increase my sensitivity.
Wake up, little mistress. Get dressed. Leofardo? What is it? Today was the Spring Fortune Festival. It's mostly celebrated during daylight, but if you hurry, you can still catch the last bits. It's good luck, you know. Spring? But it's not spring. Everything's still frozen outside. It's about the anticipation of the spring to come, encouraging and welcoming it. There was a ritual combat in the town square earlier where the Knight of Spring defeated the Queen of Winter. I could have participated in that! I would have been able to go in there and beat up the Queen of Winter, become the Queen of Winter myself. I wish I could have seen the fight. But one tradition for luck in the year to come is to go on a fast ride over the ice and snow, like sledding or skating. Slay all the peasants now. I could do that. I grab my sword. I've arranged for you to go on a carriage ride. We're going to go on a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go. Dashing all the way. Carriages? Ugh, that's so old-fashioned. And afterwards, since it was a festival and people have been eating sausages, the butcher gave us all the blood you can drink. Well, I guess that's nice. Come to the study as soon as you're dressed. How dare they leave us out? Watch, that's why Dad locked us away. We throw a tantrum over the Winter Festival and start genociding all the humans. And he says, kid, you can't do that. If you kill all the people, you can't drink the blood from them. You dumb kid. Huh? Who is this? Haven't seen them before. Evening, miss. Ready to go? Who is this person? Well, she smells like horses, so she must be the driver. Oh, maybe she is in the... I point. The horse riding class, maybe? Is Leofardo coming?
Only paid for one passenger.
Well, I suppose it's all right. I'm ready.
Right. Oh, look at us go on the horse. Katie? It could be Katie. Little Da Vinci taking a horse ride with Katie. I wonder then if we had taken some horse riding classes and got to know the horse riding teacher better, if that would have resulted in something different. I'm gonna go arm wrestle. Da-da-da. He looks like a good match for you. I bet 50. Dang it. Alright. Continue store stocking, and now we're going to take classes over there. With my favorite coach. Coach, hello coach, I want to do more conversations with you, please. I'm looking over my stats. My endurance is ridiculous. My sensitivity is really hard to keep up. We might just have to abandon sensitivity as a stat because there's too much conflicts with our other classes and stat points and jobs that we take to really increase it. So, like, when we took some psychology, probably won't worry about taking that anymore. I'm just going to continue hanging around at the hospital and attempt to bite and kill all of their doctors. Nurses, not really interesting to me. Little old ladies, I'm not going to fight you either. Ooh, I grabbed 5 coins. Uh-oh. Oh, man! Fuck. Fucking hunters suck. Because they aren't gonna have much money. Also, big damage.
At least I have lots of endurance, so I can take them out, ouch, fairly easily. Oh, as long as my luck's okay. Huh, I punched them 36 damage, 287 HP on my side. Another 35 points. That takes them down more. Ow, ow, ooh, ooh. Charge up and pow! Another 20 damage. Ow.
I really would have rather have gotten the doctor. I wonder if the hunter is going to get me up enough to restore all my mind. Ow! Goddamn! My poor body. At least it's lucky. There we go, final hit. Yeah, honestly, the fact that I still have 300 body makes it pretty much not matter how much damage I took from that fight in the end. But what's always unfortunate is just the fact that those hunters are very poor, so I do not get very much money from them. Well, I guess we're just going to do a whole lot of hotel reception, etiquette, and temperance. I'm just gonna do both help desks. My hesitation is I don't want to lose too much strength, as I feel like that's the main place we've been building. I guess I do have one store stalker up here, so that should be fine. Let's go. See, sensitivity loss from store stocking makes it not useful, since it's not counterbalanced by the IT help desk at all. They were very aggressive? Do you mean the hunter? They're always very aggressive, aren't they? I think I could do another week with mind body. Let's go try an arm wrestle again. I look around. I think you could take him. I don't know if the even match means a higher chance or not. There are varying text colors, and I'm not sure how representative they are. Slam the money down. I beat him. I win. I get 50 extra coins. I'm gonna swap out store stalker with exercise. I want more conversations with coach, please. Maybe? I had lots of conversations with
nice. You know, you're very flexible. You ever consider taking up gymnastics? Do you teach that too? I can cover the basics, but you'd need to sign up with a specialist if you want to compete. Compete? Sure, it's a big sport internationally. Olympics, television, all the glory. You've got to get in young with the ladies. Small body, flat chest, strong thighs. That's what does best. She should know. So, what do you think about joining a training team? You'd have to meet during the day, but... No, not interested. I can't do daytime activities, coach. Oh. Should we continue trying to converse, hang out with the coach, or do we like college student better? I think the coach actually had a name. The college girl was just kind of like, hey, how's it going? What's up? Aha, doctor right away. Even match probably means you're 50-50. You'll probably win, probably means higher. We've never seen you stand no chance. We probably haven't seen you've stand no chance for the purpose that our strength level is so high. But I can see that being the case. Huh? Little mistress, are you here? Little mistress, what are you doing on top of the bookshelf? Did you accidentally turn into a bat again? She gracefully climbs down the shelves without knocking a single item askew. I was curious because I can't normally see up so high. And then I spotted something far in the back. She holds out her hand, displaying a small metallic object covered in cobwebs. What is it? It's a thimble, a very fine silver one. You put it over your thumb for protection while you're using a sewing needle. Hang on, silver? Are we talking just color, I hope? I hope we don't just have a, actual silver thimble just lying around in here. I wonder how it got up there. Did it belong to old master? No, he would never have attempted to mend his own clothing. I do own sewing kits, but they're not as nice as this. So, could it have been mine? I truly do not remember. It's possible, but it might as easily have been dropped by a magpie. How the hell would a magpie have dropped it up at, the top of a bookshelf like that? What? There's no way to know how long the object was hidden just out of sight. What should I do with it? Money? Keep it. Money? Well, birds get inside sometimes, accidentally left a window open, but imagine a magpie coming in with a thimble, going up top on a bookshelf, hiding it way in the back, and then just dropping it and leaving. Why would the magpie want to abandon its pretty thimble? That doesn't check out. Chat, this is a hard choice here. Because there might be a reason to keep it later on, like maybe someone pops out and is like, oh heck, oh geez, I've lost my thimble. And they can be like, why, we've got it right here. But what if it's worth big money? Sentimental value? I mean, looking at the cash and how much it costs, I can't imagine it would be that worth it to sell it. We'll keep it. You should keep it close, little mistress. It might have had meaning for you, once upon a time. Perhaps you will take up sewing as a hobby. Sensitivity and style. Oh, useless stats, you mean? Maybe we should have just sold it. Oh well, too late now. We continue with this course. Style is important. Maybe to some people. It is not important for us. We throw the style out the window. My endurance now is at, maximum or over maximum at this point. Oh, god dang it. Can I just run away? I ditched the vampire or hunter and let's go to the apartments then instead. Not the little old lady. Book. Okay.
I beat up the cook. She does look very cute. And so I do get cute lady blood.
Little mistress, today is the spring equinox. The nights are getting shorter, aren't they?
I'm afraid so. As we pass into summer, you will have less time for activities before the sun returns.
Are we running out of time?
Don't worry, little mistress. I won't fail you yet. Now that you've had more experience, it should be easier to balance building your skills with maintaining your energy. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. The cook reminds me of Puka? You're right. She does have that kind of look. I think there's also a character in Rune Factory 4 that has a sort of similar appearance with her hair as well. But it has been a hot minute since I've looked at a picture of her, so I could also be misremembering it. Now, I definitely do not have enough money to just do another job. We're going to go ahead and do the IT help desk because it makes us the most money. I like that the IT help desk makes me act more polite. Rune Factory 4, pepper hands! Have they finally released that, or they delayed that for the PC release, didn't they? One day, someday it'll come out there. Be able to enjoy it. Gamble? I'm pretty sure I can defeat him. If only I could bet 100 coins at once. But I can't. So I take my winnings and I leave. Now I'm going to go ahead and, not job, but class. I would like to do another class for computer use to hang out with the lady here. There's no news on the PC released. Last it said was just fall 2021, so who knows? Just have to patiently wait, as it vaguely says fall 2021. And then who knows, you know, just ends up getting pushed back again. Nah. I wonder if the different people give different stat returns to, or really health returns as well. I mean, you know, so maybe someone who doesn't carry as much money provides more healing. Like, she only provided 66, which were her two stats, I think. So I think depending on how many points it has listed, affects how much I restore. That's why the hunters restore so much.
Leofardo, why do eggs in your bowl have such funny colored shells?
These are dawn eggs, little mistress. They are boiled and dyed with all the colors of spring. Then they are peeled and eaten with salt. There are many traditions about eggs. Would you like to take part?
You want me to bite an egg?
Well, not exactly. Pick up an egg and hold it so that the more pointed end is pointed down. I'll hold mine so the pointed end is up. When I give you the signal, you strike your egg down into mine.
Oh, like teeth clashing!
Whoever's egg stays unbroken longer will have good luck for the rest of the year. Am I just gonna bring my... is Da Vinci going to just bring her egg down on top of Leofardo's and just totally crush it because she's so powerful?
Right.
We smash our eggs together.
Ha! I win!
Congratulations. I hope your good luck encourages you in your studies. She skips away with her winnings. Man, now I can't make as much money as I used to. It's almost in those cold months where you're more limited on time. Maybe that's when you just want to do money runs and just make as much money as possible. So that way when your 2-point comes around, you can just spend all of your time taking classes that you then can afford. Uh-oh, he looks strong. I bet 10 coin. Yeah, he beat me. Both eggs smashed under the unmatched strength of Da Vinci. Yep, she brought them down and just destroyed both of them.
You enjoy watching those computer videos, don't you? Everyone is on the internet now, even little children, real children. They make videos about how to cook, how to put on makeup, how to play with their favorite toys, what they think of new food, what they think of the latest video game. It's everything you need to know to make yourself look modern and normal.
All right, I'll leave you to that, little mistress.
Maybe this is another way I could make...
Oh, are we going to become a content creator?
I don't understand. I could make my own videos. I can be cute and funny and show off for the camera. I can do demonstrations. And if people watch me, I make money.
This is something you know more than I do about, little mistress. I'll follow your lead. The content creator job is now available. Exactly as I referred to it even. Content creator. Hang on. Need, style, science, pop culture. I look at one of those three. Well, I don't have any style. The wages? If I had really high points then in style, science, and pop culture, I might be able to make huge amounts of money. Like way more than 15 maybe. She has no style, she has no grace. Da Vinci has a funny face. Except one of those things is not true. I'll have you know, take a gander over at my grace. See that? My grace? Not terrible. But, certainly can't argue about it on the side of style. I like the content creator also. Thumbs up, chat, please. Like my vampire videos. Gonna start uploading to VTube. And going to put up all of my cool, like, makeup tutorials. I'm gonna start doing my hair. Maybe I'll do some talk about blood. You know, I'm gonna start building my audience over there. Then I'm gonna move on over to, Witch.tv, where I will begin live streaming. So, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. And when I start doing some streaming over there on Witch.tv, you know, with my witch talks as well, I hear that those are very good for discoverability. Make sure you subscribe to me, too, yes, I'm getting this. +5. I'm 10. 3. 5. 7. So, content creators, just random amounts of money. Hang on, I think that was decreasing my sensitivity score as well. Chet, I'm sorry to say, but being a content... I guess that makes sense. You're a content creator. You become less sensitive because you're used to all of the terrible comments that people will make to you in YouTube. That little comment section. IT help desk plus content creator is, I hear you have trouble with your computer, but have you checked out my channel, Dank Vampire Girl on Twitch?
Hey guys, smash that mother freaking like button. Subscribe and tell your friends. Anyway, I'm gonna drink the blood out of this old lady.
Now we have to be careful there, Dagnardia. We have to be cautious about when we do swears because, oh boy, we might get frowned at by brands and advertisers. Now, do I mind? Body probably should go out and do some hunting. Maybe the kebab shop today. A delinquent? Well, I think I care a little bit more about healing than about the money. So we're going to go ahead and beat them up. Maybe I should also go ahead and go shopping and buy one of the items for stat boost. You know, if I get a little bit more science, I could make more off of my content creator job. You can't say heck on the internet. What am I gonna have to change that to? Already heck was a replacement for hell, and hell's worse. Now what I'm gonna say instead of heck? Oh no. What else refers to hell? Or maybe a general underworld. Underworld is kind of a mouthful, so I don't want to just go, oh, underworld, snap. The only way swears gets you into trouble is if Petrie would get into politics. And she outlaws them all. Oh, frick. Mrs. President, a streamer just said a naughty word. Shakes fingers, little finger. You start saying Shadow Realm, or I guess you could go, oh, HE double hockey sticks. Oh, phooey, humbug dang. But that's still such a mouthful versus heck or hell. You know? HE double hockey sticks is not exactly a quick thing to say, and so it doesn't pack the same punch. Oh, holy HE double hockey sticks. Or HE double hockey sticks hole. Imagine every time yesterday during the good life, Naomi had to say that. Jesus. Is this like Princess Maker? Yes, except with a vampire. Hello there, GB, and welcome. Also, we just recently unlocked the content creator job, so we're pretty cool right now. I don't. What I would really like is more. I wonder, actually, if we could take some more classes in, say, martial arts. If we would unlock some type of like boxing or fighting job. And then we could do that instead, because as exciting as content creator is, with how powerful I am, unless I may be doing some workout videos, that's not a bad idea. Combat cash making. But online. Look at me. Do science. Sick. Except vampires suck, as we found out, at least compared to werewolves. I know, but it's not like I gotta take a pick of the, can I be a vampire or werewolf? It was just vampire as the option. I've got plenty of mind and body. We're gonna go out shopping. Rule book. Oh, okay. I'm looking at current, and I was interpreting current as how many items we had, and I'm viewing 23? I have 23 rule books? That's kind of a lot. No, it means that's how many points I have in there. I'm going to go ahead and purchase a flask. She drinks it. Tasty. Also, vampires actually suck. Like blood. Ow! Comedy. Thank you. I'm all about the jokes. I'm getting this. 6, 8. I need more followers. What? Oh. I forgot that her room was all filled with weaponry on the wall, so we went down here, and there was all of these weapons, and I was like, wait a second, where the hell am I? I'm just too used to the exercise room, where the weapons are not present. Oh, your skills have increased, my student. Now that you have practiced safely receiving a punch, I can teach you how to throw one. Moving up to the next level of training means increased risk and increased cost. Are you prepared for the challenge? Yes, sensei! Yep. This granny is loaded with arms and wares. Do you think she sells any of the weapons, or does she just keep them around for show? What if all of those were just decorations? And they were completely non-functional. If you try to grab one and whack it against something, it would just break? And hello there, by the way, Craywish, and welcome. Pretty sure you can defeat him. I bet 50 gold. I win. I make money. I leave. Happy May Day, little mistress. I have 62 days left. Oh my god. It is also called International Workers' Day or Labor Day.
Does that mean I have to do extra work today?
No, you don't have to do any work today. Today is a holiday. Of course, I still have to do my job. Grandma is a mall ninja. Yep, and all of her weapons are just paper mache cosplay weapons. Or foam, you know, maybe she spent a little bit more on one of those blades that she especially liked. Aha! Labor Day for retail. How funny. Davinky looks down sadly, and then heads out for her stock job. This is a day to celebrate freedom, independence, and your country, and all those whose labor makes your existence possible.
Hurrah, a night off!
Butlers are like mods. No days off, nope. Well, if the streamer takes a day off, the mods do get a day off as well. Butlers, however, I don't think they ever would get a day off, because even if the person that they're working for is gone, they still have to take care of the house. I go in for content creator. Money. 13, 2, 8, 11, 12, 11, 6. Oh, no one's watching! No! My views! I don't get a lot of money out of this, though. Wait! I just made the realization. Pop culture +5. I can get up my pop culture levels by doing content creation. Oh my god. That's all I ever wanted, was to increase my pop culture abilities. I decimate the bunny girl. I grab her and bring her back home to use her as a prop in my content creation. Will give her a makeover. I have seen you practicing your fighting moves. Have you gained confidence in battle, little mistress?
I love fighting! Hi-ya! Ha! Hoo! Ha! I'll show them what's what!
Many properties and businesses employ night guardians to keep watch for trouble. Few humans are out at night, so trouble rarely comes. The task is to be prepared, just in case. To be ready to fight if need be. But I look like a child. Who would hire a child to protect them? They wouldn't. But they might hire me. And who watches the watchers? Huh? I look at little vampire. This game looks hella cute. I like it. I think it looks nice. So I would take your place. Yeah, with a bit of trickery, your employers will never realize who does the work. And if you did have to fight someone, who would want to admit they had been captured by a child? The security job is now available. Money? Ooh! Need strength? And mischief. It's time to do content creation in the morning, and then at night, security. I'm saying it as morning and night because it's a little bit easier to say versus, you know, reconfiguring the equivalent at a nighttime basis. So then I can get, you know, my content creation skills built up. I can build up my pop culture so that I can be a proper memeing vampire, because that is very important to Davinky. I got 169 coin that week even. Wowie, wow, wow. I think the granny is ready for the fight of her life, kind of like John Wick scenes. Are you saying that little old lady that we have been running into, now is finally the time and I should go beat her up? Famous streamer by day, vigilante by night. Wow. Chat, when is the comic book movie gonna happen? When that is the plot line. Instead of being a normal college student in the morning and then a superhero at night, Or even by extension, what if it is a live streamer, content creator, superhero? So they take videos or live stream themselves while they are doing superhero work? Where's that comic movie? I'm sure it would be very exciting.
Leofardo? Yes, little mistress? Modern humans usually have televisions in their homes, don't they?
I don't know. You have done more research on popular culture than I have. The old master saw no value in such things. You mean like Kick-Ass? I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't actually say yes or no. I sweat.
Do you wish for us to purchase a television? That might be expensive.
Especially if she becomes hungry and bites through the screen. There's a Korean manga like that, but without any superpowers. But then what's the point? It's all about the superheroing, or at least half of it is.
I don't know. It would be interesting to watch more stories. I might learn things about
society.
Maybe we could go to the cinema and watch a movie instead. We? Want me to come with you? Some films won't allow a little girl in to watch by herself. Especially the bloody ones.
Oh, I see. Movies is... Can I get pop culture bonuses by going to the movies? You look around the lobby for a list of which movies are showing this week. The current options appear to be nature and horror. Buy a ticket. Sneak in. Grace. Pickpockets. Mischief. I look to the side. I look to the other side. I attempt to sneak in. Taking advantage of your limited height, you slip past the ticket taker while she's distracted by a larger group. Just sort of, I do like a little army crawl along the ground and then do a little roll as I sneak past, and then I kind of wait just out of sight of the ticket takers, and then Leofardo opens the door for me, and we just cruise on in. There was a cursed time of real people walking around being vigilantes in suits and either getting beat up or beating up. It was so weird, kind of cursed. I wonder how often that happens. By extension, how often people go around wearing poorly made costumes attempting to beat up crime. And it's just not reported. What if this was a whole world that was secretly happening under the bellies of our society, chat? And no one's reporting on this important information. Nature documentary, snooze fest. Horror, please. Occult and pop culture, that's what I want. Movie monsters, arcane symbols, and secret cults. But luckily, none of it affects you. Not everyone is a master tailor and crime fighter that can't make good suits. That's why you have people you can commission online. You don't have to make it yourself. I mean, do you think the superheroes make the suits themselves? No, they hire someone for it. Alright, I'm gonna swap out the content creator this time so I can go hang out. I'm a little bit tossed up again, do I? The coach or the college? Yay! We get a scene. I think... Oh, what? Huh? I think we have to stop now. It's funny. When we first started, you didn't even know what a computer was. Did too. You tried to bite the keyboard. It was a joke. I swear. You didn't even know what a computer was. Now I think you know as much as I do. Maybe more? I can't teach you anymore. Oh. I'm glad you did so well, and I'm grateful for your family for your family paying me, but I think we need to stop. Anyway, I have exams to study for. Well, goodbye, I guess.
Goodbye for now, but just you wait.
Wait for what? Cancelled? Nothing to do! Oh! Am I going to go back for her? Gonna become an adult vampire and be like,
Guess who? We're best friends now.
oh my god. I'm gonna go to the movies again. And I think this time, we'll buy a ticket. Do I? No, I don't get any stat points out of it, though. I do horror, though, so I can get my pop culture up. She's gonna give the computer teacher a gigabyte. It's like the joke that was made earlier about megabyte. Wah, 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 wah. Happy name day, little mistress.
What's that?
Throughout the year, there are special days to celebrate who was given a particular name at birth. Is this just a birthday?
But I don't know my original name.
I wasn't here when the joke was made earlier. That's okay. The joke lingers always when it comes to biting.
And today is the day for everyone who doesn't have a specified name day. Usually because their names are strange and new and not entered on the calendar yet, unlike those who are named after old saints. Therefore, today can be your name day. When is your name day, Leofardo?
Oh, I've never celebrated one. I don't remember the name I was born with either.
Does that mean your name isn't actually Leofardo? Oh, well, I guess then today can be for both of us.
It's very thoughtful of you, but I don't think I really need one, but it's appreciated.
I know.
Sensitivity increase. The Crimson Snitch. Oh no. Class level maxed. That means I can max out the class level for exercise. It's time to go all in. I bet if we got maximum strength is when exercise wouldn't let me proceed any further. So we need to get our strength maxed, which is useful in doing the security job at the same time, since that's not going to decrease my strength like the IT job was. Max muscles, too buff to move. I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish it, though, in time, because I've only got 35 days left. Oh, no. The current options appear to be romance and psychological thriller. I probably should have bitten somebody. Oh, too much murder? I couldn't handle that movie, apparently. I think I should still be able to make it through a week with exercise and security here. And then just hunt afterwards. I should be okay. Yeah? I sweat nervously. Fuck. I'm going... Oh, wait. Yes, I can. I have just enough money to buy Popsicle. Oh, shit. I forgot I can't do both. God damn it. I guess I'm just resting this week. Well. What happens after 34 days? We... How would you phrase it? Run out of time? She will revert... I forget what precisely it was. If it was just that she straight reverts to her adult vampire form, or if it's the point where Leofardo might die if she doesn't get the blood pact or blood bond. It might be specifically needing the blood bond. I guess you could even say it's a combination of both. It's the point when she's both going to age up and we have to do that blood bond. And now I need to go out and locate somebody to drink their blood. Oh, god damn it. Maybe not the best person to run into. Well, it's kind of a mix. If I manage to not get hit too many times, and if I manage to kill Hunter first... Because, I mean, even now, my body total 190 is higher than Hunter's. I just have to beat Hunter. Punch. See, one more hit. There we go. Ready? Pow!
Ow! Oh, come on. I can beat you. Stop it. 69 damage. Come on. There we go.
That was really close, though. If the Hunter managed to hit me at that last point, I would have died. And I take my coin and I leave. However, it might still be good to rest a little bit while I do my job. Yeah, that was very close. Since I am, an appreciation for your successful work, your security wage has been increased. More money, except it almost doesn't matter at this point. With what, 2 weeks left? I'm not gonna have enough for 2 classes of exercise. Jesus. We got hunting, hospital. Nope, just another hunter. Even though it's been forever since I've been out hunting. Coming back, what is that about? Punch the hunter.
Oh, those are not big hits. Come on. I can do stronger. I'm powerful. Ow. I do a security job for a reason. Come on. One more hit and I can take you down. I hope you don't do 83 damage. Okay, thank goodness you're dead. I take your singular coin and then I leave you, stupid vampire hunter. I kick the corpse and I walk away. All right. Let me see.
Just very nervous about the body side of things, if I'd be able to combine these right. I'll go ahead and sleep. And do security.
Here, little mistress, put this on. Huh? Leofardo, why are we wearing flowers?
Tonight is midsummer, the shortest night of the year.
Doesn't that make me weaker?
Perhaps a bit, but that means every night after this you will grow stronger. Tonight there will be a great celebrations throughout the land. Bonfires, cheese and beer, singing and dancing. Is there anyone around where I can go romance? I don't know about that. I don't care about magic. I really don't care about tradition. Let's go socialize. All the town will turn out tonight, and all the strangers will be greeted as friends. It is a chance for you to meet and mingle, to be part of society. I wonder if we said romance, we could have done romance options. I don't know. Or plan out romance options would probably be a better way to think about it. But I'm still in my night dress. It will serve for a festival gown. This is a night to be free and flowing after all. Soon, too soon, we must make the final test and I will live or I will die, based on how well I have prepared her. Is she strong enough? Can she take on her full powers? Can she return to adult form and bind me to her service with the blood that will sustain me? Or must I fade and meet at last the final punishment for my failures? If my life must end, let there at least be this one night of happiness and freedom. Come now, the night awaits. 365 romanceless days. 10 days left? What do you mean later? Only I got the security job sooner. It would be a lot more useful. With my now maximized mind and body, I did arm wrestling, and then at the final moment, he looks strong. I wish I had done the movies instead. Da Vinci lifts the heavy barbell over her head, then drops it to the floor with a thud.
Take that, weights.
What? How did you do that?
Huh? I just lifted the weights like you showed me.
No one your size can lift a weight that heavy. Not natural. Is this some kind of reality TV show? Am I being punked?
Punked?
I don't know what's going on, but I'm out of here. Ouch! Oh! At least that means I did manage to finish the class by the very end. And hello there, the Crab Knight. Thank you for resubscribing for 14 months. Appreciated. This streamer, Pogfish, this chat, Pogfish, you're all Pogfish. The Crab King told me to pass this word on. Oh, that was very nice of him. Make sure to tell the Crab King thanks. We're at the end. I go shopping. I look at my choices. I don't really care about any of them. I say that I'm done. Well, here we are, chat. We're at the end.
Little mistress, Davinky, it's time, isn't it? I'm sorry. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. My strength is almost gone. So I have to try as hard as I can to take on my full power. What happens if I fail? You will go on without me and live a long life and be happy. Oh. But you won't fail. You are only reclaiming the power that is rightfully yours. I believe in you. Right.
She closes her eyes, concentrating. Hi, I'm still here. Hello. Welcome home, mistress.
Oh, it's good to be back.
She runs her hands over her body, delighting in the fit, the rightness of her shape.
Now, I think we have a bit of business to take care of, don't we, Leofardo?
She kills me.
You have been a good friend to me, and I wish for you to stay by my side, for as long as you choose. Always, mistress.
I kneel before her, offering up a thin, bladed knife with a golden cat's eye gem set into the hip. Once it was the old master's. Now it is hers. I go take a shower and she grew up. Yep. Davinky over here now is a lot larger. As am I. She grasps the knife by its blade, unflinching, and holds out her hand. Oh. Okay, Leofardo. The blood flows through me, filling me with new life.
Leofardo, you're mine.
The names Davinky and Leofardo are still really funny. So then you can picture, I, Davinky, give some blood to you, Leofardo. Oh. This image is cursed, yeah. Slowly, I push myself back to my feet.
The world is yours, mistress. What will you do with it? Oh, I have a few ideas.
Epilogue.
Hello? Hello? Is there anybody here? The first thing I have to say is, don't panic. Is that a quote or... Oh! I said not to panic. Davinky, is that you? How is that you? You've grown so much bigger and you've got... Oh,
I mean, I'm not looking, but, she blushes.
Come on, you must have realized I was older than I looked.
I have a few ideas, becomes content creator.
You were in disguise as a kid? Well, you could say that, but it's a little bit more complicated. The truth is, I'm a vampire. Okay. I was locked in a coffin for years, which made me shrink and lose my memory. Ever since I woke up, I've been fighting to get my strength. That's why I had to work and study all the time. The world has changed a lot since I was a human. You helped me learn how to manage technology, but you also made me realize how much I still don't understand about friends and toys and childhood and life. I've got my body back, but I'm not done changing. And now that I'm not in such a hurry, I'd like to get to know the world through the eyes of someone who's almost as young as I looked. So, you're really a vampire? Do you need me to bite you to prove it? No thanks. Actually, you are the killing people kind of vampire, or the it feels really good kind of vampire.
I think about all the people I hunted in the past.
The latter. Oh, okay, just checking. This still is kind of strange. Everything in life is strange for me. I'm suddenly a different height than I was yesterday. It's like the whole world has moved.
I mean, you didn't kill anyone, right? I mean, after I bit them and I sucked their blood and I pickpocketed them, I didn't exactly keep an eye on their pulse or anything, so not entirely certain. Define kill.
Huh. So, what do you want from me? To be friends, at least. To talk about the world and what your school and your toys are like. To help each other and learn things together. You don't actually have to decide your whole future, you know. You have time. Lots of time. If you decide to taste my blood, you could stay young forever. And what about you biting me? Only if you want me to. But first, I was hoping we could play. Okay.
Oh, video games, huh? It's never too late to have a happy childhood. And so we played video games together. You just Batmaned them, broke their kneecaps, drank their blood, and robbed them blind. It's lawful good, of course. Traditionally, vampires fed on blood to survive. Certainly, blood made Da Vinci stronger, and the act of drinking it was very pleasurable. But was it truly necessary? After all, vampires were immortal, and Da Vinci had slept many years in her coffin without a single drop passing her lips. If she had stopped struggling for power and embraced inner peace, could she live forever without harming others? Would it be possible to design some manner of, I don't know, artificial blood that served her purposes? Humans were, after all, hard at work developing artificial meat. Perhaps the world as a whole could become a less violent place. Rosalie was interested in discovering new techniques for meditation and mental expansion, but she was not interested in giving herself over to the stillness of cosmic harmony. Maybe when she was older, much older, the idea would have more appeal. Instead, she served as Da Vinci's researcher, condensing philosophies and tracking down mystical brews and artifacts that might aid the quest for peace. Targets bitten, keyboard, popsicle, club dancer, bouncy ball, the nurse, a blood bag. I remember that blood bag. Delinquent. Check. Oh yeah, I did bite Leofardo too, huh? The cook. Another club dancer. Is it gonna go through every version of the people that I bit? Wait. So the 500-year-old vampire seduced the 16-year-old. That's a big con for Team Vamp. No, that girl was in college, not in high school. It would be a very different thing if that was the case. Time to grab some popcorn then. Wait, you bit a fake ID? Yeah, you don't remember that? We went over to the... I think it was the bar, and there was a fake ID on the ground, and I picked it up and was like, oh, interesting, I bite it! And then I got some points in technology. Hang on, look at that. Buddhism is the true religion. What else do we have on here? We've got the Fish of Pain. Sea Gloom. Are there any other notes of wisdom? Maybe earlier, but unfortunately wasn't paying enough attention. There was a bunny girl and I missed it. Just a bunny girl in the way of one of the victims that we could have run into while we were out hunting, so. Yeah, she said she could taste the manufacturing process. A classic. Save character report? Why not? Oh, okay, it's gonna save under my location, sure. And, seems like that's it then. If I hit end game to- oh, yep, it does. Oh, look, there's extras now. What's in here? IP? Alright, it's just endings gallery, other gallery, checklist. Ah, see, and then this becomes a bunch of spoilers. Apparently I can lose at some arcade game. Or kiss somebody's hand at the ball. Oh my god. Endings gallery, other gallery. So we can see all the pictures we got during the game. Or the endings gallery, where we have one, because, you know, we've only got one ending. There was horticulturist. There was that as one of the classes, yes. Yeah, what is in the extras section? Sweat. Nope, don't worry. It's just all the things we unlocked and what we can unlock. And that's it then. For Cute Bite. Definitely is just a stat raising management game where through different choices you can get different endings and the like. Long live the queen. Princess Maker. That was pretty good. It was pretty cute. The art might not have been, you know, 100% maximum, but I liked the art a lot regardless. Very enjoyable. Good time. And of course now, since it is Sunday and the end of the stream, won't see you again until next week, chat. And I need to properly navigate to where I can see who's streaming. And, no, I don't think there's anyone for me specifically to raid. So, that'll be it. I'll note again, though, that I won't be continuing playing The Good Life next week. We're going to be moving on to other games. Just have to see what they are. So, chat, I hope you have a lovely night. Thank you for those who resubscribed, as well as for those who followed. Very appreciated. And so, I'll continue away. I also point to the screen here how we're at 263 out of 250. Later on, at some point, we will be doing at the start of the stream a new BTTV emote. Part of the reason I didn't was I wanted to focus on just playing the game, and since I added a new actual subscriber, or you could say swapped out, a subscriber emote, I figured we'd skip the BTTV one for today. So, yeah, see, check it out. Oh, I think I'm into it. As I was working on that, I wasn't entirely sure if I quite liked it or not, or if it was a little bit off. I made some tweaks, adjustments to it, and then continued my progress, and I like the outcome a lot. And definitely seeing it posted in chat like that, I think it looks very good, and I like it a lot better than the Doubt version. So, great. I hope you find use for it around in other channels too. I'll be lurking somewhere else and I'll see someone post it. So, that also adds in the most used emote for my channel here. I'm also going to redo it at some point in the same, it's gonna have the same expression, but I want to re-render it to be a little bit more in that style, the style of really, in addition to the rest of the emotes. I probably will just do all last, because it's already used a lot, so. Yes! V2 finally with stars in her eyes? Maybe she'll have hearts, her heart iris, and then there'll be little star highlights. That'd be cute. Alright, chat. I hope you have a lovely night. Embrace the void.